Oh yeah, it's time for the late night boxing talks. Let that smooth jazz settle in while you feel this boxing. These boxing talks. Yeah, let me put the Barry White on. Let me see, where's the Barry White?
There it is. Yeah. Feel that boxing talk. Feel that boxing talk. There go Mike. There go Carlos. There go Dr. Mario.
Check it out. Don Juan, ¿qué lo que, manín? Justino Castillo, el Edwin Castillo. Oh, Dirty, ¿qué lo que, manín? El Dani López, el Juan. ¿Qué lo que, manín? Shakur got mad. Mario, ¿qué lo que, manín? Dile hola, Alicia, pa' mí. Dile hola.
Still a fan. You already know, Mario. Still a fan. Still Team Baumgartner. You already know. Gary, what it doing on Australia in the building? So, you know, a story that has my attention. God, I hate when I shave. I hate when I shave down. Ugh. But I had to. My hair was getting too long. Like, I could feel it swaying in the wind. What it do, Dwayne? What it do? I could feel my hair swaying in the wind, so I shaved it down. I took it to the zero. I am gonna wear the Spider-Man costume. Yo, look, man, I'll try to find out what I could do for Lucius, man, all right? I'll try to find out. Like I said, I unblocked a couple of the people, so hopefully one of them was Lucius. And yeah, yo, Shakur got mad. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it for y'all, cause it made me laugh. It made me laugh. The joint I seen, that joint made me laugh. Was it this? Let me see if I can find it.
You've been asking me about Devin yesterday.
Let's focus on it. We don't have an Edwin question.
I answer all the questions. I don't give a fuck.
Shakur, what you said was Cambosis Frank, and now Edwin all said that you should have took it for the opportunity. What's your response?
What the fuck do I care what Edwin say? Edwin is Edwin. Who the fuck is Edwin? Edwin, this is his first big fight. Edwin got to prove himself on Thursday, so I hear you, but I know you love Devin so much. And just like a lot of these other media people, y'all got favorites. I'm starting to understand why Tank treat y'all the way he treat y'all. He incognito to y'all. Y'all trifling. Like, y'all come in this motherfucker and pick favorites and push our own narratives out there and spread lies. And I just think that shit wrong. Boxing media is the fakest motherfuckers in the world. With all due respect to y'all, y'all fake as shit.
Y'all like how I put the reverb on that? It made him sound real mad, right? Because I put the reverb on that. And yeah, you know, Shakur has a bone to pick with the boxing media because he alleges that many of the people in the boxing media are guilty of propagating narratives and running interference for the fighters that they like. That in many ways they are unofficial members of boxers' teams, the way that they behave, that some of them behave less like journalists and more like boxing fans. And there is supposed to be a clear distinction. You guys have heard me broach this subject before, that the way that the sport is covered now is not the way that it was covered when I was a child. When I was a child, you had journalists from newspapers and reporters from major media outlets that would be the ones reporting on the stories. Whereas now it's different. It's primarily freelancers, content creators, which is just another way of saying freelancers, that heavily rely on access to the shows, accreditation to the events, and access to the fighters in order to report on the stories. And what makes it different is they're relying on that access in a way that perhaps the old media didn't, because the old media they weren't getting paid by, say, access to the fighter. They were getting paid by whatever news periodical they worked for or whatever news network they represented. Whereas now it's freelancers that are relying on that access in order to make any kind of money. So the dichotomy of the way that things are now, it is different. And what you see is some, not all, some members of the media, they do tend to lean a little bit to one side more than another, tend to lean into a fighter more than another, than another fighter. And it does seem to the fighters, like Shakur, that they're taking sides, that they're basically taking sides. And I see what he means. I see what he means, and a lot of you aren't going to disagree with me, but I see what he means in the sense that, look, you got Devin Haney going to all these different podcasts, right? Talking to all these different people. But how none of them people ask him, yo, you say you had all this money for him. Where's that money coming from? Because according to Bob, your offer was fugazi. That's what Bob said. That don't mean your offer is fugazi, but that do mean it's not coming from him. So where's the money that you say you had for Shakur? Where was that going to come from? Who was going to distribute the pay-per-view? Because it likely would have been a pay-per-view. See, these are the kinds of questions that you expect to be asked. But what happens is when they get access to a Devin Haney, they're just gushing over him and glazing him instead of asking him what needs to be asked. You know, you say you had an offer for Shakur. Where was you getting that money? Because you don't have a network broadcast partner. You're not partnered up with a network that would be giving you money in order to make offers. So when you say you offered Shakur X, where was that money coming from? 2, if he would have accepted your offer, where would the fight have taken place? Who would have shown it? See, these are the kinds of questions that will help you get to the truth. And what's going on is so many are focused on just getting access to the fighter. They don't actually get the truth in the process. Man, shut the fuck up. This fucking phone, god damn. But yeah, you know, that's kind of that's where I see where he coming from. That for all the podcasts and all the YouTubers and news channels that Devin has been talking to, how is it that nobody thought to ask him that? You know what I mean? How is it that nobody thought to ask him, yo, where was the money you was offering Shakur coming from? Because Bob just said your offer was fugazi. So who was going to pay for it? You know, that's a real question. That's not playing sides or taking sides. That's a real question because it matters. Man, you already know. Nobody, fam. Nobody. Not to me. Not to me. Oh, wait, Michael, you kind of right. You kind of right. I ain't even going front. You kind of right. But yeah, that these days, a lot of the channels that speak to the fighters spend so much time glazing the fighters, they don't actually get to the truth. And they're perfectly okay being all the way on one side with no emphasis on getting to the truth. That if Devin wants the world to believe that Shakur walked away from the fight, why does Shakur still have a title shot? And why is the title now vacant? If Shakur's the one that walked away, then the title shouldn't be vacant and Devin should still have it. Now, I have common sense, and this is why I told Kat, I'm not media. I'm not media. What I am is a boxing fan with a channel. I don't rely on access to this person or that person or that person, because what I'm doing is I'm just telling you what I think. If you want to hear it, that's up to you. But I'm just telling you what I think. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, Drew. That's a contender, bruh. I'm gonna say swordfish. Swordfish. Right? But that's why I don't focus or specialize on that, because essentially my channel is for fans like me. If we want to have a conversation about what's going on, if we want to get some fight predictions in, that's why I told Kat, I'm not media. Nah, not me. I'm a fan with a channel. Granted, I have 20,000 subscribers on that channel, but I'm still just a fan with a channel. And I try to retrieve as much of the information that is out there to get the clearest picture and give the clearest picture before I put my opinion in. You took the words out my mouth. Well, technically you not, but you just relaying the news. Exactly. That's why it's called the relay. I'm gathering as much of what's out there as possible and relaying it to you in a 17 to 18 minute episode so that you have the clearest picture from various different sources of what's going on. It's literally why it's called the relay. And like I said, what I see is people are scared to ask the hard questions, or they're scared to ruffle feathers. I'm not here to preach to them how to do their job, because that's literally not what I'm doing. I'm not preaching to them how to do their job so much as what the nature of Shakur Stevenson's gripe is, that he feels that there are members of the media that like to propagate narratives, which I have seen is true. I have seen that. That doesn't mean everybody's guilty of it. I don't think Michelle Joy Phelps, I don't think Radio Raheem, I don't think Marcos Villegas are guilty of that. Not those folks. They're actually a lot more professional than some others. So I wouldn't accuse them of that, but there are others who are guilty of it. There are others. Yo Money is right. Apollonia is up there too. Vanity, fam. All of my purple life, I've been looking for a taste that would wanna be my wife. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about Prince. If you wanted to get it, maybe you can get some time. That's how fucking unprofessional I am. I'll start singing Prince in the middle of the live. Radic City, come alive. If you cannot get it, maybe we can get some time. Radic City, come alive. That's why I was telling Kate, I'm not media. Don't confuse me. Sean Zito is the worst because he knows the truth, but still rides the fence for access. Yeah, I think that there are just different types of channels, right? So you have channels that rely on access to fighters in order to produce content. You have conversational channels like this one where fans converse amongst other fans about what's going on, channels like this one. And then you have footage channels, film study channels, that they might use film of fights in order to create a composite video, be it to tell a story or to show highlights. There's lots of different content creators. Bro, Ray, you don't know nothing about Prince, fam. You need to learn, bro. If you want the career, maybe you can get some time. Radic City, come alive. This is my shit, man. I get horny just listening to that song. That song is that shit. That's that cocaine flow, that 80s cocaine flow. But yeah, man. I can't blame Shakur for feeling how he feels, because I've been seeing that. I got to see the change in boxing over the years, the last 2 to 3 decades. I got to see that change, and how in some instances, the media that reports on the stories is bought. It's bought by certain platforms and certain promotional outfits, and that's where the spin comes in. The interference that they'll run for certain fighters and propping up certain narratives. You know what I mean? I've seen it. So I can't knock them for thinking that. I've been saying that on repeat over and over, but nobody ever asked those questions. Like, Devin, you say you was going to offer Shakur 3 times the money he makes per fight. Where were you going to get that money from? Now, I'll tell you in a heartbeat that I don't believe shit Devin said, which is why I always say, I'm not media. I'm a fan with a channel. I'm not media. So I can say exactly what I'm thinking without fear of ruffling anybody's feathers because I don't rely on you for access. I don't rely on you for access to create content. Saudi called the Forbes lister 2-time. Yeah, bro, you already know. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. But yeah, that's why I always tell people I'm not media. Don't confuse with just because I got a couple of fighters' phone numbers, just because I get along with a couple of fighters or a couple of trainers or a couple of coaches, just because I have a couple of sources, I'm not media. I am a fan with a channel. I'll be the first to tell you that. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. I think Devin is lying. I don't think your offer was real because you don't have a network to give you money to make offers. That's why I think you're lying. You saying you offer, this guy gets around $3 million per fight. If you saying that you offered him 3 times what he makes per fight, right? Or more than he made in his last 3 fights. You say you offered him more than he made in his last 3 fights. So you offered him $9-10 million. And where did you get it? And if $9 or $10 million is intended to represent 25% of the pot, you want me to believe that you were going to get 24 million and that the pot was a $32 million pot. See, this is where being halfway decent at math comes in. 10 million, between 8 and 10 million for Shakur, that's 25. And you're saying what? That you were going to get 24 million out of that pot. Whose pot was it then? Who was going to put up 32 million for y'all two to fight? That's the question. That's the question. And nobody asks it but me. The journalists are actually the ones that are supposed to be asking that question, not me. I'm just a fan. I'm a fan with a lot of common sense, but I'm just a fan. It's actually the journalists that are supposed to ask that question. It's not, you could do that equation on a napkin. Oh, so you were offering him between 8 and 9, and the 8 and 9 represents 25, which would then have to mean that the other 75 is 24 mil. That's what that would mean. And if we put it all together, it's around $32-33 million pot. Who was going to put up $32 to $33 million for y'all two? Who? If somebody was, come out with it. It shouldn't be a secret. Jules Devin been lying since 2019 when he said Loma's ducking him knowing he needed surgery and was going to be out for 7 to 8 months of 2020. Loma unified. It's true. It's true. That is true. Most people don't remember that either. You said Shakur should have called his bluff. You capping now. That's not what I said. That's what somebody on the panel said. That's not what I said. You're confusing what somebody said on the panel to me with something that I said. I've been saying in every video, I think Devin is full of shit, and I don't think your offer was real. That's what I've been saying if we're going to talk about things that I say. Nobody can ever question my credibility because literally everything I say about it is on camera, whether it's in an episode of The Relay or right here during a live. I've never believed that Devin's offer was real because I never believed that Devin was going to stay at 135 after the Lomachenko fight. And you could go to every single video I did about it. You could put it in the search bar. Just put Haney in the search bar. Go ahead, watch those videos. You're going to see that I'm saying the same thing on repeat. I never thought Devin was going to stay at 135 after the Lomachenko fight because it's not healthy. He can't make it healthy. That's another part of the reason I don't believe that he was going to fight Shakur. What, you expect me to believe you were going to stay there to fight Shakur? Even now he's saying that 140 won't be easy to make. I did a video about that. He said, not me. It's not me connecting dots. He said that. Devin Haney said that making 140 won't be easy, but you want me to believe that you were going to keep making 135. I don't believe you. Shakur and them guys talk too much rather than just fight. I don't disagree with that. That's why I like the British boxing scene so much. Yeah, they'll talk some shit here and there, but they'll fight. Fabio and David wasn't just talking shit to be talking shit. They got it on. They fought. They fucking fought. That's the difference. That's why I like them Brits, man. They get it on. They get it on. And yeah, there's going to be some talking. Yeah, there's going to be some posturing, but they will fight. You know? You could go back to any video I did about this subject. You're confusing. I think Beats is the one that said that. Beats was the one I remember said Shakur should have called his bluff. I remember Beats saying that. What I said was, I don't believe Devin. I've never believed Devin. Not when it came to that. That doesn't make him a bad fighter. That doesn't make him A, B, C, and D. That just means when it comes to that subject, no, I don't fucking believe you. I never thought you were going to keep fighting at 135 after the Lomachenko fight. I don't believe your offer's real because where was it coming from? Where? You got $32 million to do that fight from who? The fight fairy? The purse fairy? Who was going to put up $32 million for y'all? For two fighters they don't have under contract because you're a free agent and he signed the top rank. So who is going to put up $32 million for y'all? I have a lot of common sense. Shout out to my man JV. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. You ain't had to do that, but you did that, and I appreciate you. Do you see this fight happening maybe next year, or is Devin not going to go down now that we know his offer didn't make sense? I've never felt that we were on the eve of Stevenson versus Haney. I've always looked at that as a fight that could be as far out as 2 years, maybe longer. I always felt like if they fight, maybe it'll be at welterweight when they're older. That's where I put the fight at. Welterweight when they're older. I don't see that fight happening right now. Right now, for what they're going to want for that fight, the money is simply not there. It's not there for what Shakur is going to want, for what Devin's going to want. But people just run with whatever one fighter says because they like them. It's got nothing to do with what Shakur says. Me thinking what I think has nothing to do with what Shakur says. It's common sense. Devin, you saying you offering this cat $9 million or something like that? Where you got that $9 million from? Because you don't have a network to give you money. You got DHP Promotions, right? Who is DHP's network partner, broadcast partner? Nobody. But you got $8-9 million for Shakur, right? I'm supposed to believe it just because you said that. No, I don't believe you. Fucking believe that shit. And what you was gonna get, $24 million. Somebody's gonna give you $24 million and you're a free agent. But somebody's just gonna give you $24 million. We already know it wasn't Bob. Bob said your offer is fugazi. And while that doesn't mean your offer was fugazi, it means it wasn't coming from him. So who was it coming from? That is the $32 million question. You got $32 million to play from who? Bullshit. Pure bullshit. And I've been saying that. If you want to know what I've been saying, that's what I've been saying. That shit don't even make sense. The only people that's believing Devin are either people that are very bad at math, have no common sense, or they really like him. Because I don't believe Devin. Sorry, that shit sound like bullshit. And if I'm so fucking wrong, right? Because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? How is it that I knew that Devin would go to 140 after the Lomachenko fight? I said he's going to go to 140 after that. That dude cannot keep making 135. I said that before the fight. It's in all them videos. It's in all them videos I did. Any video talking about what happens to Devin after the Lomachenko fight, you're going to hear me say, after that, win or lose, if he beat Loma, If he don't beat Loma, he's going to 140. Regardless, win or lose. That's what I said. Where is he now, gentlemen? Where is he? 140. I always keep the same energy because I'm not human. Humans have character flaws. I don't. I'm perfect in the eyes of the cosmos. My energy remains the same. I'm not flawed like you, subject to my emotions. I'm subject to logic and the hierarchy of thought from the source. You guys are slaves to your emotions. Whatever you feel, it's what you go with. Trying to tell them, Drew, Capricorns are different. We're different. We don't think like other people. Other people always have fucking feelings. Do you know how much I fucking hate feelings and people that have them? Drew, don't you hate fucking emotional people?
Absolutely.
Fucking hate them. Because it hinders judgment. What I'm saying is not something... There's my wife staring at me. What? Damn right I do.
Jules, your wife does know that this financial contribution for the live goes directly to the overhead of the household, so it's necessary.
Exactly. It's necessary.
The holes are burning through your on live air, Jules.
Huh? I'm not even... Do you think that when I say I hate emotional people, I'm talking about you?
You knew
You're emotional.
Woman, go make that Cafe Bustelo already,
Emotional response. Emotional response. Now I'm gonna say that the Haney thing, I guess what bothers me about that entire situation is because it's being blown up for no reason other than people really are fucking stupid. Like, yo, so you really believe that he had $10 million for Shakur Stevenson, huh? You believe that? If the money's not coming from Bob, right? Because Bob said, yeah, that offer that shit was fugazi. Who's the money coming from then? Because Devin doesn't have a Fox, a Showtime, a DAZN, anybody. He doesn't have a broadcast partner. And generally speaking, well, that's where the money to bankroll a show would come from. But just because he fucking says it, these fucking idiots believe it. It is what it is. Got my man Julio in the building. Julio. Got Julio in the building.
What up?
Makes me proud to be enduring. You're enduring, right, Julio?
Half, only half.
You should be wondering how I knew that.
I am. That's very weird.
You don't exactly. You should wonder, how did I know that Julio was from Honduras?
Jules put his alien powers to work, man.
That's exactly what I did.
He knows this shit, man. I'm telling you.
And how do I know that you're a fair-skinned Honduran? You're not a Garifuna. You should wonder how I know that.
That is also true.
I have a file on you, Julio, and I've been watching you. I know what you're up to. But I'm going to let you do it because I don't care. So what do you think about this Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson situation?
What do they call it? Sophisticated duck? Yeah, that's what that was. Exactly. Sophisticated duck. But also, listen, fuck all the negotiational shit. Just watch them fight. Shakur's a nightmare for that guy. Nightmare.
They don't know how to... I'm going to give this to Julio, who's one of the sharper humans I've had the privilege of talking to. He understands boxing. If you can't see that shit, I don't know what to tell you. You just wait till they fight then. Wait till they fight. You know, because that's an easy pick for me. Like, that's an easy pick, bro. Shakur versus Devin? Yeah, that's an easy pick.
To me, that should have looked like the Conceição fight, honestly.
Yeah. Devin, I'm not going to say that Devin is bad because I don't think Devin is bad. I just think he's a lot more simple than Shakur. That doesn't mean he's bad or anything. That just means that if I compare the two of you, this kid's got more bells and whistles and layers to what he does than you do. What you do is very easy to understand. I don't think that Devin is even as fluid on the inside as Shakur. Not saying that Shakur is an inside fighter, but on the inside, I actually think Shakur is a lot better than Devin.
Inside, he's phenomenal. Yeah, like he's not Duran, but he's fucking phenomenal. And Devin, bro, his jab is useless against southpaws. We've seen it over and over and over again. Like even basic southpaws.
Keep lying about it, bro. It's because people. What I see is, and this is going to be polarizing. If you're telling yourself that Devin really won the Lomachenko fight, then you're likely looking at what he does with blinders on, because all the pitfalls were on display in that fight. But you're telling yourself that he won legitimately. Okay, sooner or later it comes back.
Devin is good. I attribute it to this. Devin doesn't do anything better than Shakur,
very good.
Shakur is quantum physics. Devin's algebra 2. They're not even in the same league.
Wow.
I agree. I think that
let's not put him on too much of a pedestal now. He's good, but I mean, he still has.
No, I'm just talking about the actual.
No. I'm talking about the nuts and bolts boxing. Shakur is getting to the point, and which is surprising because he's so young. He's getting to the point to where he has two base styles. You know, he started out that safety first, defensive, stay on the outside, pot shot the guy. He started out like that. But after that Nakatila fight, you know, he didn't like what people were saying about him, and he started hitting the gas, putting punches together, showing some spite. So now he's starting to have like two base styles: pure boxer, boxer, puncher, which is what happened to Floyd. So except for Floyd, it was the reverse.
Crawford
is the god, bro. Shout out to Terrence Crawford. And you know, they're not going to fight anytime soon. I mean, what do you guys think? What kind of time frame would you guys?
Yeah, they're not. I agree. Who knows when that's going to happen?
Right?
I think Shakur will fight Tank before he fights Devin. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I could see something like that. I just don't like.
You said Shakur will fight Tank before he fights Devin?
Yeah, I think Tank will take that fight eventually.
Nah, bro. I shouldn't see Devin.
No, I think so, because when you think about it, it's like, for example, like the Arrow shit. We always thought that Arrow would never take a fight against Crawford, and it happened when he eventually got like too old and there was no options left.
And look at his side of the street. Like they're running out of shit to feed him.
Yeah,
they are. Let me just say this real quick. This is how you know neither of the Devin fight or Shakur fight will ever happen. Because just for TikTok, Ryan, you made him have a rehydration clause. Could you imagine?
That's a good point.
Could you imagine what he's gonna do when it comes to Devin or Shakur?
That's a very good point. That is
what that'll be Tank's cash out. It'll be Tank's cash out fight.
I mean, what's different is that Tank still has what? He's got Frank Martin over there, Isaac Cruz over there. Who else?
Bro, Isaac Cruz rematch will not sell, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about that.
But somebody pitched the idea. I forgot who it was. Somebody pitched the idea that they would go as far as moving up Brandon Figueroa to fight Tank, and it's like,
holy shit,
bro. But you know,
that was Alexis that said that when he came out.
As ridiculous as that sounds, yeah, I could see that though. Like, yeah, they would. They don't have.
They did it with fucking with Leo Santa Cruz. So
they don't have no shame over there.
They might do a Gary Antoine Russell, maybe.
There's no money. You know why they wouldn't? No money. That dude has no buzz, bro. Like nobody talks about him but us.
We literally watched him go up to fight Mario Barrios. I literally did not know who that was until he started to go to that fight, and nobody else.
But he got the.
He was at a different stage in his career though. Like they're still building him up.
The last, look, Ronnie says this shit better than me because y'all know I don't like going the tribalist route. But yeah, you going to do that for the Spanish guy. You're not going to do that for the black guy. You're not. Ronnie said it best. Tank only fights certain guys that got certain last names. So yeah, you'll fight a Barrios. You'll fight a Barrios in a heartbeat. Or a Figueroa. But you're not gonna fight Big Gary Russell. Nah, he mad bigger than you, bro.
At this point, though, At this point, people have bought into the idea that he's like the money guy at 135. So they're not gonna want to fucking see that shit though. Like at some point, that title as being the money guy levels out. We're like, all right, we want to see you in a fight now. Like,
Julio.
fuck all this shit. Fuck the circus.
Wait, everybody
Julio.
shut the fuck up. Shout out to my man Hayam. Hennessy Hayam in the building. I ain't heard from you in a minute. Please don't be drunk.
Julio.
No, none of that drinking stuff.
Julio,
just respect to the
real
channel,
quick,
respect to y'all.
Julio, that shit's running out the next fight when they try to sell us Isaac Cruz.
That is
Oh
true.
my god, that event is gonna bomb.
That shit is gonna. Well, this is the thing, right? It's not that they don't make money from Gervonta Davis's fights, right? That they're not according to Hoyle flops. And according to Hoyle flop is when you spent more on the show than it brought you back, so you lost money. Whereas with those shows, you're not spending a lot of money to get those guys in the ring because they don't fucking cost money. They don't cost no money to get those guys in the ring.
It's a sophisticated flop.
It's more like you're not gonna do nothing with it, right? Like, bro, you're not gonna do no numbers.
But also,
with Isaac.
we just seen like, yo, having a big gate, that doesn't mean shit all the time.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, to the broadcast partners, when that mattered, that means absolutely nothing to them. Whatever you bring in at the gate is for the promoters and the managers and the fighters, but it doesn't do anything for the broadcast network. What the broadcast network want are ratings. They want eyes. So either big buys or big TV ratings. That's what a broadcaster is going to focus on. Though the rumor mill, there's nothing new out there, fellas. There's nothing new. It's looking like, that Amazon shit is all y'all got. If y'all have anything, if y'all even have that, because the 3 dates in January and February, they're all pay-per-views. That's it. Ain't no regular fights, just pay-per-views.
Yeah, and do you think Amazon will settle for, okay, you did a really good gate, even though you did mediocre pay-per-view numbers? I doubt it. Like, yeah, you could sell out Maryland State Penitentiary, but that doesn't mean shit when it comes to flipping the buys.
No, I mean, you hit the nail on the head that the broadcaster doesn't care what you brought in at the gate. They care what eyes you bring to the platform. And if the nature of the deal is everything it's said to be, just a distribution deal with some marketing, you guys are fucked, man. Like, you're fucked. You need broadcast money. You need a network to give you a budget. You do, So if it's just as bad as it sounds pretty fucking bad. You're going to see a lot of fighters outsourced. You might see a lot of orphan fighters and refugee fighters. I recommend to those fighters, if you're listening, go to Golden Boy. I know that people want to say this and that.
Buy the dip on Golden Boy for sure.
I'm telling you the truth. People can say this and that about Oscar, but here's what I know. The biggest draw in the sport was promoted for a very long time by Oscar De La Hoya. Ryan Garcia, for all his deficiencies as a boxer, he still is promoted by Golden Boy. And he still is more popular than a lot of other fighters. Give Golden Boy a chance. Give Oscar a chance. You never know.
Yeah, they know boxing. Like, people like Steven Espinosa, like, just listen to him talk. He knows nothing about boxing. The Golden Boy people are smart. Like, they know shit about the business of boxing. The fact that they're fucking still doing events at this point, even after having all their fight, they lasted longer than PBC if you really think about it. Even after they got their fighters stolen from them. Like, they outlasted that shit.
If you think about it, that's actually true. That for everything that they've been through, losing those 200 fighters and losing Canelo Alvarez, they're still here. They're sniffing coke. The tits are fake. Golden Boy Promotions.
Yeah, they're like the Palestinians in the boxing.
But it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder
they're
how
not going
they
anywhere.
lasted. It makes you wonder how they've lasted, though, because I mean, who have they really got aside from Jaime Munguia and maybe one or two other fighters? How are they lasting?
It's know-how. It is sheer, and I'm not, I'm not glazing.
They just signed Barboza.
I'm not glazing. I'm being serious. It's you can boil it down to sheer know-how. They know how to survive, and believe it or not, they know how to promote. Because of all the criticisms that we might have for Jaime, he still sells tickets. He does.
A lot.
And if you look at Golden Boy shows, right, for everything that they don't have, if you actually watch a Golden Boy show, It's very fun to watch. It's very good quality, honestly. So
they know how to matchmake and they know how to sell tickets. So
yeah, I really can't believe you fucking said that.
They are. They have a fighting. They have a fighting. No, they're the Palestinians of boxing because they have a fighting spirit. No matter how like rough they have it, they're gonna fucking make it up.
Parallels. You could have said they're like as resilient as ants or cockroaches. You didn't have to say that, bro.
You got to do a current event bit.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, like they're very smart over there. And that was honestly the recommendation that I made 2 days ago or 2 nights ago, that there's talks about cuts at Top Rank, not just the PBC. There is talk about cuts, fighters being cut, but they're minimizing the stable and getting rid of some excess that they have.
Man, get rid of Teofimo, bro. You guys exhausting, bro.
I'm saying, bro, that dude.
He's exhausting.
He is exhausting, though. He is. It's like what does it take for you to realize that you're the problem?
Like, this ego is crazy. Why can't he just, like, I get it, like, you want the big payday. I get it. But trust the process, bro. You have to work towards it. Floyd didn't get those huge paychecks till he was like in his late 20s. That De La Hoya fight. How old was he in that De La Hoya fight? Like 27?
Let me say this. Oftentimes we talk about the biggest draws, like the Floyds and the Oscars and the Canelos. And I could say hand on heart, you ain't the draw that Cotto was. Forget the big names, the biggest of the biggest. You ain't even the draw that Cotto was. Yeah, Cotto could draw, man. He could draw. Say what you want. He won, he lost, he's weird, whatever, his buddy and him, and whatever you want to say, whatever you want to come up with. What I know is that dude sold a lot more then than you do now.
He didn't even sell out the Hulu theater.
He's like the Tyson Fury. He's the Tyson Fury of 140 for sure.
And you know what's fun? You know what though, Jules? I just find it funny that Barboza signs with Golden Boy in the zone when Regis was supposed to sign with Top Rank and go to ESPN.
I'm saying Rick Merrigan, Rick Merrigan. That was all of that was a miscalculation. For those that don't understand, I'll break it down as simply as I can. What Rick Merrigan was hoping was that Regis would sign to Top Rank on the predication that he would fight Jose Ramirez, at which point he would swap out Jose for Arnold, because Jose was never going to fight fucking Regis. He didn't want that fight in 2018. He doesn't want it.
Arnold is like
there was going to be a fake injury or something.
Poor Arnold Barboza, man. Arnold Barboza is like his redheaded stepchild. He's like, yeah, the best I can do for you is being Ryan's food a couple fights from now.
I'll tell you what. No. I would not underestimate.
He's not.
I would not. That's the other thing. Like, I'm definitely not jumping to that conclusion. Remember that Arnold is a 10-year pro. He is more seasoned than Ryan. Even if you don't think come on, bro. You can't tell me that you. Nah, fam.
It'll be the best win on Ryan's resume for sure. But Barboza is not it, man.
I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you he's it. I'm just saying that didn't Luke Campbell touch this man's chin and put him down? Didn't he?
Oh, of course. But Luke Campbell's an Olympian. Like, he's way better than Arnold Barboza.
Okay, hold on. How about this then? Carlos Morales was the first person to crack Ryan. You know what he cracked him with? One jab. Let that shit sink in.
Bro, I'm not gonna do a fight prediction. I'm not gonna do that. All I'm gonna say is that
no, you have to.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Arnold is probably in better hands with Golden Boy than he was with Top Rank because Golden Boy has their hands on the pulse of the Chicano fans. That's who their customer base is. And Arnold is of Mexican descent. So, and he is a Southern California fighter, so you're in the right place. You're in the right place. Now, what they're gonna do for you, they could find you some Hammond Eggers to fight. They could find you some guys around, put you in some fights to make you look good in the in between time. But I do think he's in the right place. I do.
I mean, where else would he go?
He could have went to Matchroom, see about fighting Steven Sparks.
To hell. I mean, what else? Yeah. What else?
Bro, do you not like Arnold or something?
No, he's decent, but it's just like, man, like, bro, he was getting walked down by Pedraza, dude. Like, this dude is food. I think he got a little grace. He got into people's good graces because Teofimo avoided him.
I didn't even know.
I don't see him beating Ryan though, dude. I mean, I don't see him losing to Ryan though, dude. I mean, come on, Ryan.
Bro,
really?
We don't have no reason to be confident about Ryan. Remember, he ain't. We don't
Yeah,
have
fair
no
enough.
reason to be sitting here saying, "Yeah, Ryan, yo, dog, you about to fight Duarte, and we got, and this, Duarte might fuck you up. I'm not saying he will, but he might.
No, he won't. He can get knocked out. Let's be honest.
If that's how you feel.
I think it's a soft touch for Ryan. Not a soft touch, but I think Ryan will land the shot that he needs to land on him.
Man, I can't wait to see.
Polo's been gassing up Duarte. He's like, yo, this is not an easy fight.
I'm saying, don't sleep on Polo. Shout out to Polo. Don't sleep on Polo. Listen, I can't wait to see this Dominican cat get fucked up, bro. Ooh, I'm excited because he talking shit.
Man, I like Edwin, but yeah.
I just want it to be a challenging fight. You know what I mean?
I just want to see him get sent to the hospital, country. Like, that's all I want.
You might be disappointed. I'm not gonna.
Nah, fellas, I think the first 4 rounds.
Giving this dude mad bread and butter just because he beat
Ryo.
No, bro. First 4 or 6 rounds, it'll be. I think he'll do pretty good. Like, you got to think. Shakur's coming off a long layoff. Edwin De Los Santos.
He just fought
7 months. No, it's a 7-month layoff.
That's not a
That's
long
a 7
layoff.
month.
That's a
bro.
normal
7
layoff.
months.
That's
7
not
months
a
is a
long-
long time,
that
bro.
is
7 months is a long time.
That's
To
not
fight,
that long.
no, but listen, to fight a puncher, to fight like a guy as explosive as him, bro, that's a layoff. And with Edwin, bro, he has the high guard. He's a southpaw, so Shakur's gonna step to him. He's not gonna box. Like he's never boxed a southpaw. He always steps to them and gets on the inside and fucks them up. So I think Edwin might crack him early, might touch him with something maybe, but after that, after that, Shakur might stop him.
I don't see
the machine. Is this his meme machine?
No, this is his Diaz.
That's what I think,
bro.
I think it's meme machine.
Diaz.
Bro, that's literally.
Let me tell y'all motherfuckers one thing. Let me tell y'all motherfuckers one thing. This is the Felix Diaz fight all over again. It's literally the exact same shit that happened. The Dominican dude at the PBC is talking shit. Give me the fight. Then when you get the fight, you know what happens? You get the shit beat out of you by Terrence fucking Crawford.
I mean, that's a fact.
But it's crazy you said that, Chaim, because I said that to Jules like an hour ago. Yeah, I think this is the mean machine.
Welcome back.
I think it'll be competitive early, and then Shakur knocks him out late.
Difference? Can I say this? You know why I don't go with the Mean Machine thing? Because Mean Machine was a two-time Olympian. He has a good amateur background. Everything about Edwin is, you beat Ryo. What else did you do? What else? Who the fuck else did you beat?
Adorno, I guess.
Hey, Jules.
JB looked really good against Adorno. Like, I think, you know.
Don Juan says he'll be at the Stevenson fight and he'll get some videos for you to add to your relays.
Oh, I appreciate you, bro. And listen, country, don't forget that you're the fucking reason Lucius got banned.
No. Don't you even put that on me. You didn't look. You just blatantly deleted.
R.I.P. Lucius, man.
Man.
His blood is his fucking blood is on your hand.
It's on your deleting finger.
Like a maxi pad.
That's how you put your finger on there, man. It's on your deleting finger.
I got Shakur by late round stoppage. I'm guessing between 9 and 11.
I agree.
I feel like Edwin's. I do have Shakur by way of a late stoppage, but I don't even know about all this stuff about. Edwin's gonna crack him. If Shakur feels the wind off the punch or the brunt of the punch on his arm, he'll know what to do. I don't see nothing scary happening because there's nothing special about this guy. It's not. I have no reason to believe you all. I don't have no reason to believe that you hit any harder than Yoshino. I don't. Where you did what you did with Ryo, Yoshino beat the shit out of Nakatani. Same difference to me.
Well, that was a broken Nakatani, though, to be fair.
And that was an unproven Ryo.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And on a lot of the things, I was like thinking about that. I'm not going for late stoppage. Y'all are high. But I was looking at the fight. I'm looking at Edwin's record. I'm like, bro, this dude's record really doesn't have a lot on it. And if we're being honest, a lot of his fights are 4-rounders. Like a lot of them, an alarming amount of them are 4-rounders.
That's why I said late stoppage.
That's he's a front runner. Like he's gonna he's gonna do well early. Like his explosiveness.
He's gonna come out hard and long and fast.
With a big blue vein going right through him.
Jules, what are we gonna do with you about this shit, man?
Come on, Julio. Julio, you don't have to engage in that.
Bro, the shit is that I like to catch everybody off guard with that shit.
Jules had to stop and pull a hair out of his mouth after saying that.
Bro, what the fuck? Who got the echo? Drew, why do you sound like you in a parallel universe?
I got the Chris fucked up mic on this Android, I think.
Why is Drew?
It sounds like Drew is on another live and we listening to him.
Drew sounds like our collective subconscious.
Words.
Echo chamber.
But I just think he's gonna beat. You know what I'll say? Navarrete versus Conceição is intriguing to me.
I think Navarrete might lay an egg.
Really.
I think stylistically it'll just be tough for him, but he'll win.
I think stylistically he has the advantage, but because Robson is bigger than the average guy that he fights, think about it, that you beat the shit out of Oscar, but Oscar, like you, is a smaller fighter that moved up. You know, Robson, he has more size, than most of the guys that you fight. So while you might have the right base style for the job, he might be a little bit tougher than you used to, like Liam Wilson. Remember the Liam Wilson fight that? Yeah, because he was a little bigger, he was a little tougher than the average guy that you fight. I don't know if he's gonna lay an egg, but I'll say this: if he stops him, that's fucking impressive, bro. I don't know if he's gonna stop him.
How would he?
That would be impressive. You think he's gonna lay an egg?
How would he do that?
If the same stuff happens with Robson that happened with Liam Wilson, he's getting hit, he's getting countered, he's getting dropped.
He's not going to want to be in a firefight. He's going to try and clinch him. You see how many times he fucking tried to clinch Shakur? Which, by the way,
that was
Devin
this
Haney
year,
fans,
by the way, guys. Don't act like that shit was mad long ago. That was literally this year, the Liam Wilson fight.
It was.
But yeah, Conceição was going to just clinch the shit out of him, I think. Which, by the way, Devin Haney fans, go look at how that worked out against Shakur. Every time he clinched him, he broke out of it and smacked him with something. Pause.
Which is why you can't use that clinching shit as an excuse for David Benavidez. You can break a clinch, fam. Yes, there's ways. Especially if you're a monster. Fucking dumb shit. Fucking monster.
No, but I need to see Shakur versus Navarrete next.
That's not gonna be next. That's not gonna be
No, I think so.
I'd rather see Muratalla next.
I think so, because who is Shakur gonna get next? He has to wait for the low. He has to wait for
You're not waiting for this? Michael, you're not waiting for this?
Stop it, bro. Stop with that shit.
Nobody
wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
You don't want to see this shit? This hot action?
Who's spending money on that, bro? Who is spending money on that?
Julio, you don't want to see this hot action, bro?
Jesus
Chaim wants to see that.
Yo, I came up here to talk to y'all about real fights. I came up here I ain't been here in a while.
Chaim, this is a real fight, bro.
I'd rather watch the entire front page of Live Leak. I'd rather watch Live Leak than watch that.
I think I'd rather watch paint dry than watch those two fights.
If you don't stop, it's all your fault. Lucius is not among us anymore.
No, it's your fault. Quit trying to pass the blame off.
I want to see Jules. I want to see Jules with that jacket Navarrete was wearing today.
You know that I have half a mind to buy a jacket like that. For those that don't know, for Thursday night's fight, I will be in full Spider-Man regalia with the mask. My mask came in. I fucking love it. It's breathable. It's fan-fucking-tastic. All I need is some web shooters and we're ready to go. And that's going to be a lot of fun. As far as this fight, I don't need a psychiatrist. My name is Peter Parker. You're Mary Jane.
You know, Jules, you keep it up, and I'm going to sabotage your cable feed so you can only watch Frankie Sanchez fights.
Bro, whose fucking idea was it to fucking invite Frankie fucking Sanchez, bro?
They probably wanted to do Canelo a favor, Jules.
You know what's worse? I just found out that Felipe Hergovic is fighting Mark fucking Demori. You know who Mark fucking Demori is, bro?
Oh, that's David Hay. David Hay knocked him out. David Hay knocked him out. He pulled out like ham out of his pocket in the face-off or something.
Yo, that's the dude that learned how to box from watching YouTube videos.
They got Frank Sanchez fighting Junior Fa, of all people.
Bro, oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Whose idea was it to bring that guy, bro?
They got Makhmudov and Nagit Kabayel. That's a good fight.
That's a good fight. That's a good
They
fight.
did it just to mess with you, Jules. That's what they did.
You know what they should do? Just put that shit at the top of the bill so I could skip it. Just put it at the top of the bill. Don't mix it in with the other fights. You know, just put that at the top of the bill.
I thought he was going to fight Okolie. I thought Hrgovic was going to fight Okolie. That would have changed the entire card. That would have made the whole card
like
look
they
different.
said that, but they said that.
Oh my
Okolie
God.
they said that Okolie was going to be fighting on that show, but it's looking more and more like he's not. That's what it's looking like.
Bro, Frank Warren. Is he with Frank Warren?
Visas together.
No, Okolie is with Boxer.
He's with wow, bro. Boxer is fucking ass. They're not doing
fucking up
shit with
everything.
him.
They're fucking up everything with everybody. Riakapur is supposed to be on this card fighting Jay Opataya right now.
Nah, but let's
That
be
fucked
real.
up.
Riakapur don't want that fight, fellas.
Yeah,
You don't want
correct.
none of that.
He's correct. He's correct.
Nah. Let Hayam tell you. Like you must have seen.
Riakapur
don't
want
want
that
that
fight. Riakapur want that fight the same way Ennis want the Crawford fight.
There
An
you
idea.
There you
An
go.
idea. You don't want to step in the ring with that man. You don't want to
Riakapur
step
was
in the ring
told
with
he
that
was
man.
going to get Arsene Goulamarian for the WBA. That's why he went that way.
And
Yeah,
I'm
but that was
no.
garbage. He had a fight.
And then-
That's an easier fight.
And
Bro,
no,
this
but
the
then,
shit.
but then after that, he was going to unify with.
Listen to me, dog. October Red did a fucking interview with him. Watch that shit. I'm telling you, this dude don't want motherfucking Jai Opataya.
No,
he know what
Jeez.
they doing. He with it. He with it.
Yeah,
October Red. If you're listening, hit me up.
Riakapur right now is the exact fighter that's looking for a vacant belt.
Exactly. And his
Bro, they
problem
do not
is,
want to fight him, man.
and his problem is where they thought that they could get Arsene Goulamarian, they didn't realize, oh shit, the WBA's ordering him to fight Dorticos. And he's having issues with his promoter, and we don't even know if he can fight for you, because that's why they never officially announced it. That's why it stayed a rumor that Boxer signed him. Come to find out 2 weeks later, he's having legal troubles with his promoter. So I don't even know what the fuck is gonna happen with that dude.
And don't end up being the person that got to fight Dorticos. Don't end up being that guy.
Yeah, that's the other shit. I don't know what's going to happen.
Jesus Christ.
Because I'm saying he is who he is. He hit hard. He is who he is. He hit mad hard. He'll knock you out. He got limits, but he'll knock your ass out.
He got like a 97, 98% a knockout ratio, Dorticos.
I'm saying?
he's a problem.
Isn't he old though?
He's a monster.
He is old, but he's
Bro,
Cuban.
I always confuse
He's
him and
Cuban
Mike Perez. Him and Mike Perez are the same person.
Bro, they
man.
don't look. No, the fuck they not. Are you out of your mind?
That's like one of those people. Like they're like they don't look. No, look, they look nothing alike. But for some reason, I always confuse them.
I know what you're confusing about them, right? It's the peripheral line of the head and the shoulders. I'm telling you, Mike Perez's face is too little for his head. He looked like a Lego man, his face. He got little chiclet teeth.
Bro, which one of them knocked out old buddy who tried to be like Floyd?
That was Dorticos. That was Dorticos.
Yeah, that was violent. Tabiti, yeah. Tabiti has done shit since he moved up to heavyweight and got knocked out, I think.
Justice Hooney just beat him. Lost a points decision to Justice Hooney.
Oh yeah. Justice Hooney's gonna be good.
Yeah, he's good. No, he's good. He's good. Bro, come on.
Develop. I don't see it.
I'll tell you this.
Bro, he's had like 4 fights.
Yeah, like that dude don't even got 10 fights yet, bro. What are you waiting to see from him? Flames shooting out of his eyes?
That's why I said we wait. We wait.
Nah, you tried to down him. I'm like, yo, this dude is fighting Andrew Tabiti. He only has like 5-6 fights.
I don't jump to
It's not bad.
Bro.
Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
Jules, do you know what happened
why
to
Ramla got knocked out.
Go ahead, Ray.
You know what happened to Bruce Carrington? Because I haven't heard about him for a minute, to be honest.
I think he was. I remember hearing that he was supposed to fight, but he got injured or something. Was it something like that? He was supposed to fight earlier this year, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, I know he got injured.
Something like that happened where he was supposed to fight, but he got injured. I remember that, and that was this year. So
He was supposed to be on that card that Keyshawn was on a couple of weeks ago.
Yo, it's really not looking good for the PBC, man.
Yeah, they done.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yo,
So what y'all think about? Wait, what y'all think about Shakur getting mad at the media while I go smoke my cigarette? What y'all think about Shakur getting mad at the media, saying that they trifling and they do narratives? Is he being a baby, or do you agree with him?
I
Who's that
personally
guy that
agree
was
with
asking him the
I
question?
agree with. I don't know who was asking him the question, but
That sound
I
like Blue
agree
Blood
with
to me.
him. Only reason what I didn't like is that they both Loma is at top rank. You know, the traditional top rank is always to pass off that fucking Loma is supposed to be the next fighter that fights Shakur, and all of a sudden you starting to ask Navarrete questions. That shit is a little like, that's whack, my man. You know what the rules are. You know what come on, man. Don't ask me Navarrete questions. I'll beat the shit out of him. Yo, ask me the real questions. Loma, the big bad wolf in the room, the person y'all hyped up. What's up now? That's how I see it.
To me, I think with Shakur is like he should be upset because we literally just saw this happen. We just saw this shit happen with Crawford, and they're doing it again with him, where they're pretending like he's the problem when he's the one being avoided. He's the one being fucking frozen out. Like people don't want to fight him, and they're scared to say it. Like Jean Sattel, he's a great journalist, right? And like he knows the truth. But what I hate about this motherfucker is that he knows the truth, but he still rises to the fence. He still acts like he has to be fair and balanced because he doesn't want to lose access and he doesn't like being confrontational. But if you listen to him talk to Bob about like how Crawford got frozen out, like Sean Zattel knows. Like he knows what the fuck is happening with Shakur. But people like him, and it's because media figures like him, they don't want to fucking ask the tough questions. That's why shit won't change.
I don't know. I think like saying that he's being frozen out is a bit extreme, to be honest. Like, frozen out by who exactly?
He's being
frozen Devin out and Tank. Devin, Tank, and Loma, they all blatantly avoided him. Well, I think Loma, you got to give a little more benefit of the doubt. Cambosa's definitely probably considered avoiding him, but Frank Martin avoided him. Like they don't want to make the big fights.
At the end of the day, we all knew that he was not going to be at 135. He just lied about that, and that wasn't limited to Shakur. That was limited to Tank too. He kept saying, "Oh yeah, I could make these fights," and we all knew, bro, you're not gonna stay down there, especially for someone like Tank, who's gonna hit you with the rehydration clause. For Loma,
but look, keyword here is that we all knew, but like the people with cameras and microphones, they pretended like that wasn't the case. Exactly. They pretended like Devin was being earnest about making that fight when we all knew he wasn't, and that's the issue.
Yeah, that's fair, but you can't say that everybody's ducking him if that's not really the case. Like,
bro, Devin avoided
him. He's being frozen out. Let me explain that specifically.
Bro, literally the champ of that division and then 3 other top contenders refused to fight him. Like during this whole calendar year. Like I don't know how else that's literally the same shit that happened to Crawford.
Yeah, like you can't front that's the truth. Well, he just
now that I got Hayam here, check it. Now that I got Hayam here and I got the Skelly Boom Boom, check it out. Wildest fighting Parker, bro, what you think?
Okay, so now I'm saying
50-50 fight.
Parker, it's 50-50 fight. Parker is a little bit too much of a sitting duck, though. Like, come on, and he don't have the attention span to deal with Wilder.
Do you think Wilder right now? You know the circumstances that we in. He ain't fought all year. Can he catch him with the right hand? And even if he does, remember this dude is Maori, right? Is he Maori or Samoan?
Let me tell you. Let me answer your question.
He's one of those big island motherfuckers.
The question was, do I think that Wilder can he catch him, and does Parker stay down when he catch him?
Yep.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
Wilder has been in 43 fights, 44 fights, or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Right? His record is kind of crazy. He's caught everybody in every single fight he's ever been in. I have to believe that this motherfucker has a knack of catching anybody. I don't care who you are. He will catch you with that right hand.
Garbage men.
Let me go to Ray with the spicy opinions. I didn't
even finish telling my shit, but go
ahead. Because you gotta remember, it's like 80 people up here. Ray with the spicy opinions. Is he gonna catch him with the right?
Maybe, but if he catches him with the right, I'm pretty sure Parker can easily just stand up. And it's not like Wilder's been known to have good follow-ups. If you look, he follows up with his wrist.
Ooh, it's getting spicy tonight.
Wait.
Wait. Let me go to Julio. Let me go to Julio with the Julio. Julio, you agree with that shit?
I don't think he'll catch him. I think Joe Parker will volunteer it to him. We all know at this point he's a house cat. Like that's what he is. He's a house cat.
In his last fight, Julio. He didn't.
He has a reputation in his big fights to look like a house cat. And listen, but here's the thing though. Pre-fucking Joe Joyce, he had the reputation of having a good chin. So, we'll see. I think the hand speed will give Wilder problems up until the 9th round, and then he'll catch him. That's my preliminary opinion.
At least two people feel that Wilder's going to catch him. Wilder wins the fight. That's how y'all feel, right?
Yeah.
I think it's like the Ortiz fight all over again. He's going to lose every fucking round until he knocks him out.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to agree with that myself. I definitely think that'll happen. I think
is that what you think, country, or is it just hard to imagine that Joseph Parker could upset the apple cart for the whole shebang?
No, it's not hard to imagine, but I mean, honestly, I think if Wilder can catch him with that right hand, I think he's done. I just don't see him getting up, period. By the way, not to get off subject, Holyfield made a prediction that about Wilder and AJ fighting. He thought that Wilder could actually get AJ because he said the way AJ fights, he leaves himself open. This was Holyfield that said this. I don't know how true that is, but I wanted to throw it out there for you guys, just for
when I see Americans backing the American, you know what I do?
You go the other way.
I mean, Holyfield isn't wrong exactly.
No, he's not.
He's not. I mean, he's not.
I think Wilder even catches AJ. I'm an AJ fan. I think Wilder catches AJ, but I don't think Wilder punch is elite at the highest level. I don't believe it is. Other people do. I don't believe it's elite at the highest level.
If he got up from Klitschko, he'll get up from Wilder.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think regardless of that, listen, bro, like I said earlier, you could tell Wilder fucking 3 years from now you're gonna throw a feint at him. And he still won't he'll still bite on that shit. He'll still bite on it. Joshua's gonna walk him down and knock him out. As soon as he starts backing up, Wilder's gonna melt and Joshua's gonna get him out of there. It's gonna be like the fucking Brazil fight.
Can I say this, fellas? Can I say this? This is my thing. This is my thing. It's not that I have faith in Joseph Parker, right? It's not even Joseph Parker that I'm thinking about. It's Andy Lee's boxing brain. I actually think he's a decent trainer, Andy Lee. And when all you really have to worry about is the right hand, you're going into the Wilder fight knowing, bro, this dude's going to spend the whole round trying to throw that one punch. That's all you really got to defend against. You ain't got to worry about an uppercut. You ain't got to worry about a left hook. You ain't got to worry about a piston jab. All you got to look out for is the right hand. That's it. And this man is in his late 30s and ain't fought in a year. But Andy Lee is a skilled jockey, but he's riding a fucking donkey in Joe Parker. So
that ain't enough to walk in the ring with, though. That ain't enough to walk in the ring with.
The disrespect.
You got to walk in the ring with a little bit more than that against Wilder. You can't just protect just for the right hand. You can't just.
Bro, Wilder is the one guy, you have to have, listen, credit to, as much as we shit on Fury, if you want to beat Wilder, you have to have some nuts on you, and you have to really commit to pushing him back.
It's different.
Joe Parker's soft, man. He's shown over and over again that at the highest levels, he'll fucking fold.
Do you know what I think it is? Let me say
he has an automatic feeder.
Let me say this. I don't think that Joseph is soft in the sense that you ass. I think he's that dumb friend. He's that dumb friend that it's not that you soft, it's that you dumb. Somebody got to tell you to do it. Yo, ABC, you know what I mean? Because if they don't, then you just get taken advantage of.
Remember when he got accused of trafficking heroin? I knew that shit would go nowhere because he doesn't have that in him. He doesn't have that dog in him to really do that. No.
Because somebody told him to traffic the fucking heroin, bro.
Said, Joe can't do that. He's a good kid.
I mean, really though, you don't got
Andy Lee has a laser pointer, and he's training Joe Parker that way.
He's gonna be in the corner with the clicker.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing with a ball of yarn. He's a house cat.
Can I ask, where's this perception that Joseph Parker fumbled all of his big fights? The AJ fight, which had a very biased ref, he literally lost that fight 7-5.
Yeah. He was competitive in that fight.
With,
yeah, he was competitive, but he didn't press the action. You're in fucking Joshua's hometown. No, he didn't. He's fucking clinching the whole time. He didn't dare fight out of the clinch.
I think that you guys
he
are
didn't fight out of it.
I do feel like you guys are undervaluing him a bit in the sense that it's not that Joseph is all this great stuff, right? It's that Wilder really fucking sucks, guys. Like, come on. That dude really fucking sucks.
He does, but the bullshit behind him makes up for it. Like, I argued with you like almost 2 years ago, a year, I don't even know how long it was ago. I said some crazy shit to you, and I know it sounded crazy in the moment, but Wilder is somewhat of a pressure fighter because he's just sitting there. No, just listen. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. He's sitting there just waiting with the bullshit.
So he backs you up with the threat of the power.
Yeah, exactly. You know, at any moment it could go. So you constantly on your toes when you fighting him. No matter whether you want to say a pressure fighter is a guy that come forward and put pressure on you, or is a guy that got your mental on lock. He got your mental on lock because you know at any moment it could go. That's what make Wilder dangerous. You got to walk in and take him the fuck out.
You do though. I will concede that you do.
And that's why the inverse of that, which is pushing him back, is what ultimately melts him. So look, if fucking Joe Parker comes out like old school Gerald McClellan with that Kronk shit, walking him down behind the jab, sure, maybe he'll win that way. But he doesn't have that mentality in him, and I think he's a little small too. Pause.
Whoa, I'm gonna say this: that what seems to have worked for him in the fight that he just had with what's this guy, Simon Keane. One thing that I noticed is that Simon Keane, like Wilder, he does that dumb shit where you tall, but you got a wide stance. You too wide, bro. Like you gonna be out of position standing there wide. Wilder does that dumb shit. And that's why Simon Keane lost that fucking fight. That's why he got hit with that fucking uppercut. Even though you mad taller than this guy, you shouldn't even be there for that uppercut. But you was. And all I keep telling myself is, granted that the easy answer is Wilder catches him with the right and gets him out. What if Joseph gets in?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
what if he gets in?
We don't know 100% what he
even
has
have
left.
to say that, bro?
First
What
of
if
all,
Parker stands up because Wilder's power is overrated?
What happens hit him, bro, and he stands. Now we get greasy.
I'm saying because who did he knock out? But because this shit is crazy to me. Like, yo, who he knocked out that we bugging out off of him like this? There ain't nobody there that he knocked out. Like what? Because I'm saying, bro, who you knocked out though? Who?
Did Wilder get 2 knockouts in the last 4 years?
Yo, not for nothing. I mean, no one knockout in the last 4 years, ain't it?
2019 was Luis Ortiz, and 2022, I think, was Robert Helenius.
Nah, because 2019 is 4 years ago. 2019 is actually more than 5 years ago. You got one knock over Robert Helenius, bro. That's the other thing. And it's like, bro, that was literally your sparring partner. And he chinny.
And he's stepping towards you when you got knocked out. He was stepping away from AJ when AJ knocked him out.
That the power might not be, and that's a legitimate thing. That I'm like, the power might not be, because look, he's a heavyweight, so yeah, he's gonna have power because you're a heavyweight. But the aggrandizement of the power has everything to do with the 32 rickshaw drivers that he fought at the beginning of his career, and I maintain.
Yeah, it's relative to his level of opponent. His power has always been relative to the level of his opponent. When he stepped up, it didn't look the same, especially with Ortiz. Like, it took him a while to really like get that shot off. Paul.
And he didn't knock out Stavern in the first fight. He didn't. So I'm like, you didn't knock out Stavern, bro. Could you have found a slower heavyweight to fight? A slower, better heavyweight to fight?
Jules, I hate to say this, but I gotta be honest and tell the truth. You got steel rods in your hands. You're knocking out everybody you fight, but you're really a cruiserweight. You're really an overblown cruiserweight.
So you saying he's the boxing Lex Luger? You remember Lex Luger with the?
Like, my problem is this. My problem is I just saw a 280-pound man get knocked out by another man when the other man hit him with his offhand. when his offhand didn't even put no mustard on the punches. I'm talking about Zhilei Zhang, Joe Joyce. He hit him when his offhand. He knocked out a 280-pound man. I cannot believe that Deontay Wilder is the hardest puncher at 217, 220 pounds.
Then you see my point that I'm like, look, Joseph has been in there with guys that hit. That much we know. He's been in there with Andy Ruiz. He's been in there with Anthony Joshua. He's been in there with Carlos Takam. He's been in there with some tough customers. He's only ever been knocked out once. But it was by a fighter that does what Wilder don't do, and that's Joe Joyce. He throws combinations. He throws punches and bunches, and he throws punches every time he comes forward. Well, that's not Wilder. But no, Wilder don't do that. Joseph had to fuck him up to get him to lay down, fam. That's not what Wilder does. Wilder looking for one punch to do it.
Yeah, that's not sufficient.
Now, he also has some of the fastest hands at the weight, by the way. Remember, Joe Parker does have some quick hands.
37 to 38. You talking about Joseph, right? Yeah. On the inside.
He does, yes.
I'm just saying that I'm not gonna knock Wilder. Like, look, for what it's worth, of course, there's a possibility that Wilder could knock him out because he does have a strong right hand. It's just a lot of it is so much hyperbole. It's hard for me to believe it. Like, bro, you didn't knock nobody out worth talking about except Ortiz, and he didn't beat nobody worth talking about. So what that really mean? That you beat an old man on high blood pressure medication? What's that mean?
I don't know. As far as Wilder being a puncher, his most impressive win to me, as far as Wilder being a puncher, his most impressive win to me, no, is not Ortiz. Fuck Ortiz and fuck Stavern. It's Areola.
Areola.
It's Areola. Areola been in there with Vitaly Klitschko. Areola been in there with real fighters, real world champions, real monsters.
Vitaly was what's it called?
He's the only battle
proven.
proven.
That fight happened.
Come on, man.
No, the other shit is Areola was mad old when they fought. Like he was,
Areola hurt him too. Remember that?
Yeah, come on, man.
All I have to say is that the version of Areola.
Wilder's been hurt more.
I'm gonna say that, you should have turned Areola into taco meat, bro.
Bro, Areola was in his early 30s when he was born. Like, he was 34 years old when he was born.
You saying he like Richard Gere with the always gray hair?
Benjamin Button.
You got the Richard Gere shit that, bro, you was old when you was young, bro.
He came out the womb with gray hair.
But for real though, like it's just, I'm like, come on, B, that's Chris Areola, fam. Like,
that's a monster right there. He is
it? Is it?
Yeah, he fought Vitaly. He fought Wilder. He ain't been dropped, but behind any of them.
I give you that. I can see that. He is a tough motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. He a monster.
He is. Man, that dude ain't never been dropped. You just made me realize that they're like, yeah.
Didn't he drop Andy Ruiz, but Andy Ruiz didn't drop him?
Yeah. Like he had in all these eras, he didn't get dropped. That's true. That's true. I gotta concede that's true. But still, man, I'm like, come on, be like, come on. You supposed to be the biggest puncher in the history of Earth, bro. You supposed to be like the heavyweight Julian Jackson. I don't believe you. I don't.
You know what it is? It's his punching technique. It's so dog shit. My God. Like,
it is.
After that right hand, I even said it. I was like, anybody who wants to praise Wilder, bro, you can only do it on the circumstance that you watch more than one punch get thrown. If you do that, I'll believe you, bro. Be good. But if you're telling me you watch the Jarrell Washington fight, don't watch when he knocked him out.
Yo, he looked horrible in that fucking fight.
He lost
all like he really looked hot. Like, bro, you getting out jabbed by a football player? That's crazy. You an Olympian?
He lost 5 rounds in a row. It was literally 5-round fight, right? And
it was like 5 rounds.
And then he cheated. He cheated to win the fight. He threw a jab, grabbed Washington's left hand, pulled it down, and then threw the right hand over it.
Yeah, and that's the fight where he
did
the
actually happened.
That's the fight where he did the octopussy shit. Y'all remember that when he had him hurt and he fell into he did the octopussy shit.
Oh, you know what's even more funny? he didn't even connect with any punches, bro. It was like the Rolly Barroso
It was
shit.
yes.
Washington rolled off the ropes, and then the rest stopped the fight.
Like, how you going to stop the fight because he got off the ropes, bro? That's crazy. Yo, Wilder's. Yo, listen. That's why that's a good fight, though. Like, a lot of people are complaining about the show. I want to say this because boxing fans have a penchant for being very negative. I'm not going to be negative about that card because I didn't know we were going to get that. So that's a bonus. Think about what's happening that same week. We're getting Inui Tapales, right? And that card. That's a nice week of boxing right there. I like it. And I didn't even think we were going to get anything because what they were saying was that Francis Ngannou was going to fight again on December 23rd. That's what they said immediately after the Fury fight. So the fact that we're getting this instead, and it's a good co-main, and it's a good main, and there are a few good fights on the undercard. I'm not really crazy about Bivol versus Lyndon Arthur, but I like Makhmudov versus Caballel. I like that. I really like Dubois versus Miller, the big gravy fight. I'm really excited for that fight. I don't know if he could beat Big Gravy. I literally don't.
Dubois is whack.
Bro, the two dumbest guys in the heavyweight division. They should do like a Jeopardy contest with him.
Who y'all got winning that fight? Dubois.
Bro, I'm saying the shit is that Big Gravy, for all his faults, he do got a dog in him, bro. That's how he fight. He got a dog in him.
He's a monster.
He got a dog in him. Like Daniel, if you put a little bit of pressure on him, man, he gonna fold.
Wait,
I got Jarrell because of that. Because of what you just said, I'm picking Jarrell. I can't pick no other way.
How long is this fight going on for?
I don't know if it's a 10-round fight or a 12-round fight. I don't know.
If it's a 12-rounder, I might take like what's his name? I might take Dubois because that fat sack of shit is gotta be mad tired after that.
Damn, you bugging, yo! This dude,
like,
bro, it depends. If there's no drug testing, then yeah, you gotta go with Jarrell Miller too, because he's gonna have his gas tank.
Look! This is the shit. This is the question that lies before you, right? Because we know that. Look, I'm not gonna talk up Jarrell Miller, but I can say this: that if he tucks himself behind a guard when he comes forward, do you trust Daniel's feet and do you trust Daniel's jab? Because that's what he would have to use. You know what Jarrell Miller does? He gets behind the guard, he barrels forward, catches the shots here and here. Do you trust that Daniel Dubois can work under pressure, create space, get out the jab? Do you trust him?
It's going to have to be for 10 rounds.
Absolutely not.
I think.
No, listen. No, it don't matter if it's 10 rounds or if it's 9 rounds. The reason why I say that is because Daniel Dubois has been winning fights and took a knee and lost the fight. He's been winning fights.
That's true.
Before the 10th round.
The shit is, let me break it down to you another way. While I don't think that Jarrell Miller is all this amazing shit, right? You know who else ain't fucking amazing? Kevin Lorena.
I forgot.
And look at what he did. That was a little ass, compared to Daniel, that was a little ass man that did that shit. Now you got 300 pounds of Brooklyn in your fucking face, B, with a fucked up ass fade, right? His goatee not growing in right. I don't know. I feel like Jarrell is live in it.
And he's pissed off too.
You know what I'm saying?
But
I think he's live in that fight.
Jarrell is eating those punches. He's walking right through it. And when Daniel Dubois hit him with the best punch and he don't move, it's over. The fight is over.
That's what I'm saying. He don't. As soon as there's a little bit of adversity, and there could be, because you winning relies on you being able to manage the space to get off the punches. Because you know what Jarrell gonna do? Jarrell gonna barrel forward, crowd the pocket, and throw combinations. And yeah, he's slow, whatever. This is Daniel Dubois we talking about, fam. It ain't like we talking about Usyk, we talking about Daniel Dubois. You gonna manage the distance for the whole fight, or you gonna knock him out? Do I trust you? And I'm like, yo, look at what you had to go through to knock out Kevin Lorena, bro. I don't know. I'm leaning towards Jarrell a little bit. And I think it would be, the other thing is I think it would be good for the division if Jarrell won.
Yeah. And steroids are not At least he's done it before. He's went through numerous rounds for no reason on some, just bulldozer shit. At least he's actually done it before. We know it's steroids. We know we definitely know that now.
We don't care,
but
bro.
yeah, but I'm just saying he's actually been there and done it before. So he been in deep waters before. You ain't gonna drown him.
It's either Daniel. It's even because the shit is that in terms of power, right? Just single punching power. I do feel that Daniel has more single punching power than Jarrell. Jarrell's power is accumulative. He has to hit you with a lot of punches to break you down. Whereas Daniel, he does have that snap in his punches. But what makes the fight different is you have to manage the distance while you try to get off that snap. You do, because this dude is going to come forward the whole time. So you got to move around him and work around him. And I'm like, bro, this dude really just quit. He really just quit, fam. All right. So you're going to put him under pressure again with a pressure fighter. I don't know how he going to respond to that.
For Big Baby, this is simply a stamina fight for Big Baby. This is a fight of attrition for Big Baby. He knows if I keep walking him down, he's gonna break, no matter what.
Jules,
and he know that too. Go ahead, Ray.
Okay, so we're pretty much at this point. We're all saying Jarrell Miller by Daniel Dubois quitting in late rounds or something. So after this, do you think Frank finally says, you know what, bro? It's time for you to become food for the younger generations?
I'm saying
he straight cuts him.
Ray, isn't he already there? If he's fighting Jarrell Miller,
he's fighting Moses.
That's the younger generations.
I'm saying that the fact that he's getting you out there. See, this is not a rebound fight. It's not like
Frank is frustrated. He's like, yo, show me something.
No, it is a rebound fight. If you're gonna be something, it's a rebound fight.
If they wanted to take it easy on you, they would have put you in there with Manuel Char. If they wanted to take it easy, like, we'll get you a win. You could get Emmanuel Char. Manuel has the WBA Reggie. In fact, that's what I thought they was gonna do. The fact y'all putting them in there with Jarrell, that's
this is a sink or swim.
There you go. That's how I look at it.
Get the fuck out of here.
You got Manuel Char right there. You could have got Emmanuel Char. I get him this guy.
You dead weight. You holding up the fucking ship. Get the fuck out of here.
That's how that shit seems. Shit seems.
Do something at some point. Do something, please. At this point, please.
This feel like a fight where they telling you, yo, fam, if you can't beat this guy, we don't need you, bro. If you can't beat this guy, that's where we at. You done lost to Joyce. You done quit on Usyk. If you can't beat this guy, this 300-pound guy, in the
disheartened.
You know what I'm saying? Word, that was the shit, right? I was disheartened.
What type of you cannot tell me you're a fan of a fighter who says that. You quit halfway?
Bro, I know you're thinking about Rico, aren't you? Thinking about Rico. Because Rico supports him. Shout out to Rico. Boy, I just don't understand how Rico supports that dude. Mr. Calderon says, hear me out. Okolie versus Frankie Sanchez, bro. That fight would kill people, bro. People would die.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I would probably just go Frankie by knockout. To be honest, I don't think Okolie would take that punch at all.
No, I don't think he could take it. But my God, what that fight is gonna look like till the knockout, bro.
They're not gonna get Okolie another fight. It doesn't look like.
What it is, they told Okolie that he will get Chris Billam-Smith, but the problem is that Richard Riakporhe has to come before that because he's the mandatory. So they'll probably get Okolie a layup, but it's like, God, bro, you really are hard to watch. So you better not be the main event.
But what happened to Okolie's rematch clause? That shit went up.
Bro, they talked him out of that shit? They talked him out of that shit, bro. Yo, this dude is about to fight Masternak, bro. If it was about a rematch clause, he would be fighting you again. He fighting Masternak. That's not his mandatory. That's they did, like, if you really look at it, they did him dirty, bro.
Yeah, they did him
dirty, bro. Like, so y'all gonna let Chris fight Masternak instead of me?
Yeah, they like did him wild crazy. Like,
Nah, that's respectable though. They saw him. They said, "Yo, you know what, bro? We just wanted the belt." I'm just saying.
Nah, can I
That's all
tell
we
you?
wanted.
The fucked up shit is it's like, yo, Ben is dumb. Like, yo, on God, Ben. I fuck with Chris Billam-Smith, by the way. I like his boxing.
I like him
But
too.
I would not have picked this guy for Ben. I would not have picked this guy. Nope. Not this wily veteran motherfucker. He got over 30-something knockouts, B. This dude been around the block, and he not one of these alcoholic Eastern Europeans. This dude is a gym rat, bruh. He stay healthy.
He a Sokolovsky.
He ready, yo, and this is the shit. He never got the chance to win a title. This is his, so you know he motivated. You know he thinking about his ancestors and shit. Thinking about when he got picked on in school and shit like that. He thinking about everything like this is it for me. Be able to do it.
I mean,
tell you, yo.
Yo, who's got triple cheeseburger over Daniel over triple D?
I'm saying, bro, Virtuoso, what you think, bro?
Listen, if Miller is not on the sauce, I don't know how the regulation is. Saudi, I guess they do have stringent drug testing. I'm picking Daniel to win.
You picking Daniel?
Yes.
Oh shit. You better than me.
Why?
No. You better than me.
Oh man, I wish I knew. But
shout out to Get Hands. Hold on. Shout out to Get Hands. I got big tenderloin for the WBC Cheeseburger Championship. You really got Daniel, bro?
Yeah.
You better than me.
Really?
I don't trust that
You've been hanging
motherfucker.
out with Rico too much, bro.
Yeah.
I don't trust Daniel, to be real. It's like I want to pick him because I feel that early in the fight, while it's still snap on the punches, if he could get in with something hard, I do think he could knock out Jarrell. The thing is, mentally, you don't have it, bro. As soon as things get difficult, you're going to check out. You will. You have before, and you might again.
Every time
I'm gonna
you
give
have.
him one more chance, and that's it.
Oh man, please. You
Virtue also one more chance.
Maybe they should have
we gotta break down the AJ Wallen fight.
Maybe that would have been better pick.
Valeen, can I say this? This is why I got AJ knocking his ass out. Valeen is gonna drink the Kool-Aid that people drink about AJ. And you're gonna come at AJ the way you came at Fury. Or Froggy, trying to get in his shit because you believe that this dude is fragile. And that's what's gonna get your ass knocked out. You're not gonna fight him how you fought Brazil. You're not gonna fight him how you fought Kasiev. You have it in your head that he's fragile, he can't take a shot, and he's gunshot. And that's why he's gonna catch you. That's how I have it.
What round?
8.
8.
For me, it's 8. Salute Ring IQ, considering both Opataya and B-Vol on the card. B-Vol saying move up after Undisputed. What do you think about the future? Listen, man, I fuck with B-Vol. But if you go up there playing with Ja is not one of these happy Australian cats that want to be your friend and drink a Foster's with you, bro. Look in that motherfucker's eyes, bro. That motherfucker wants to beat the shit out of all of us. Did y'all see how he looked at Eddie? The ring was smoke. He wanted to fuck up Eddie after the Jordan Thompson fight. There's an interview, you could see it. He looked at Eddie like, yo, he looked like he about to fuck up Eddie on some shit. Son, B-Ball better stay away from him. Go fight Chris Billam-Smith, bro. Stay away from Ja. He want to beat the shit out of all of us. Fuck that. Fucking with him. And I do believe we're going to get Undisputed next year also.
A light heavyweight?
I believe we are. And I believe it could be in March. Towards the end of it or the middle. Before Riyadh season is over, I believe that we get it. Because Dimitri and Artur are practically on the same schedule. Dimitri will fight at the end of December. Artur is fighting when? January? Right? January?
Now.
Yeah, so it's got to align for this
fight.
Lost
track of the dude.
Bro, that dude always getting sick, bro. That dude always got a fucking problem. I hate a motherfucker always got a fucking problem. You just fight, bro.
I mean, they had to limit him somehow, bro. He was too powerful.
That is true. Like that motherfucker fuck up too many people, bro. He like Jet Li in the one. Y'all remember the end of the one? They sent him to the prison, and he just go in there and beat the shit out of everybody. On the top of the shit, he just beating the shit. Everybody beat fucking everything up, bro. Shout out to Jet Li.
If his career didn't go the way it did, I honestly think he would probably be like a calm pound for pound #1 fighter by now.
Yeah, but he's too. It's a mixture of things. It's a mixture of Yvonne Michelle taking him to the PBC and him not fighting on the schedule that he wanted, which is what actually enabled him to leave. That he was supposed to get a certain number of fights per year, and he wasn't getting that, which is what freed him up to leave. But he lost time on that. You know, he lost time on that. And then, you know, he's between, goes to Matchroom, he goes to Top Rank, but then, you know, he starts getting injured. Rib injury, hand injury, or leg injury, or elbow injury, whatever. Dental injuries. Like, it's been like 3 different injuries with this dude.
What's it called? Yo, Ryan, I was gonna ask, like, you heard the thing about Jarrell, Ennis, and like Crowley. Do you really think they offer Crowley like $50K in a Twix bar to fight Ennis?
Yes, because where would the money have come from to offer him more?
Yeah, because it's like that wouldn't be a pay-per-view. I don't think, even if that's a main event, we saw like they could still pay the guys main events on regular a lot of pretty low money.
What I think happened, Ray, for Jarrell Ennis, for those that don't know, this actually happens in boxing. Sometimes what would be the A-side fighter has to take a hit to get the other fighter in the ring. They have to take a financial hit. Sometimes that happens, that you have to give them something out of your purse to get them in the ring. You might have to take a hit. I don't think Jarrell Ennis wanted to take a hit. I think he wanted his 1 million or his 1.3 or whatever it was. And they offered Crowley peanuts. They tell themselves, well, what the fuck are we going to offer him all this money for, right? Well, why would we do that? He ain't nobody. Take this 50 G's or this, whatever, 75 G's. And that's what I think happened. To get him in the ring, you likely would have had to take, not a big hit. I think if you would have shaved off 100,000 off of your purse, or maybe 150, you would have got him in the ring. If the purse to him would have been in excess of 100,000, I think he would have got him in the ring. But I think y'all was being cheap. That's what I think. Y'all was being cheap. He's fucked, bro.
Oh, Jarrell Ennis or Crowley?
Jarrell Ennis, he's fucked, bro.
I was gonna say I kind of want to attack this narrative too, because I've seen it a lot for Crawford. I saw it for Canelo when it comes to David. I don't know where this thing came out, where guys that were unproven were such a legacy defining fights, because I never remember people carrying that Hagler never fought Harold Graham.
Bro, that shit is just some new dick eating shit. Well, how else can we classify? Like, you can't, like, yo, like, the shit is frustrating to me to even think, like, it's just some new dick eating shit. Like, oh, so you just gonna eat all the dick now because he's the new guy, right? It's like when you go to a new state and the bitch be so thirsty to get you pussy. It's like that. Like, that's like them. Like, oh, he's the new guy and he's undefeated. So you wet, you sprung. That's what I see. Like, that shit is so corny too, because it's like, y'all really gonna disrespect one of the best fighters we've produced in the last 15 years in this country? Y'all really just hate this dude, B. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Hagler name is sacred, B. Like, they don't even, like, Hagler is untouchable.
You say Hagler name 3 times in a bathroom in the dark, he'll come out and punch you in your stomach.
No, I use him as an example because I swear people have this weird, like, fixation. They're like, yeah, what do you mean? Everybody fought everybody, and there's no guy that missed anything. And I'm like, bro, Hagler didn't bother with some guys because it didn't matter. Like, you didn't do anything. In a general sense, you spent 5 years talking up Spence so that literally, as soon as he loses, on to the next one. Easy.
It's amazing. It's amazing how that changed the landscape of the whole of the PBC. Like it defined the defining moment was him being systematically beaten down every round in that fight, and that called into question every single fucking person he ever fought.
Yeah,
under the PBC banner. Like, what are we doing?
Because they were beating C-level fighters.
We're talking about the guys he didn't fight either, like Keith Thurman. You know,
people used to look at me crazy or think that I'm trolling when I said that. Like, I don't know if Danny would beat Mean Machine. I'm not playing. I don't know if he would beat him. Mean Machine looks simple because a fighter like Crawford makes him look simple.
And we don't know how many times this has to happen over and over. I mean, we saw it with Deontay. I mean, that changed a lot of things.
I think we're going to see it this Thursday with Shakur and Los Santos.
I mean, it's...
You think that's
something else?
Machine?
It's eye-opening. It's eye-opening, and people need to take notice.
I think that's his Diaz. Like, I think that's his Diaz, Chaim.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I don't even yo, you know who I think would be his Mean Machine? Muratalla. That's who. If I had to say, yo, who would be Shakur's Mean Machine? It would be Muratalla. This guy, this is his Diaz. This is his Felix Diaz because it happened the exact same way. Felix was over there on a PBC talking shit. Give me Crawford. The exact same thing that Edwin has been doing to Shakur for a year and a half. Both Dominican fighters. They both Dominican fighters talking that fly shit.
But I ain't going front. Felix Diaz was crazy nice.
I'm not even saying he wasn't.
He was crazy nice.
I'm not even saying he wasn't. Why you think he had to go to Top Rank for a fight? Because ain't nobody at the PBC wanted nothing to do with him.
Who was it, Lamont Peterson? Who was it, Lamont Peterson that he really beat that they gave him?
They gave and they gave Lamont a gift. They gave Lamont
Yo, Felix Diaz was nice, man. He was really good with his skill set, everything.
And I don't think that Edwin is as good as Felix. Like Felix was a gold medalist, fam. Like that was
it's gonna be bad.
I think Shakur is gonna whip that boy, man. Listen,
hey,
whip him bad, real bad.
Yeah.
What do you think about Imam Kataev, who's a light heavyweight? He's a new guy.
I don't know that guy. I gotta look at him.
Because Masood R said he just touched down in Montreal and that he just already KO'd 2 dudes in 1 month.
That's good. No, I'll give him a look. Is he an Eye of the Tiger management fighter?
That I'm not sure.
I'll look him up. But yeah, yo, I don't think Edwin. I don't get the sense that Edwin is all that. You know what I mean? Like, bro, Shakur's another level, bro. Like, the fuck we talking about? That dude is another level. It's another level of boxing.
You know what? Edwin kind of gives me. Oh, do you want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I just want to go ahead, Rick.
I was gonna say he kind of gives me like some people don't remember this but when Oscar Valdez fight popped up, the big selling point that people kept using was saying 1, Oscar can punch, and 2, look what he did to Burchell. And my response would be like, well, that power's not going to mean anything if he can't land it. And 2, Burchell and Stevenson are very different fighters, and I feel like they're repeating the same trick. I'm hearing some of the same things, except they're adding a bit more seasoning. Oh, his feet are fancy, and he punches hard. And I was like, yeah, but you saw it against Ryo. And honestly, I think it's gonna be I'll give you guys the best explanation. You know what people say when they say Jaron Ennis versus Crawford? I feel like it would be like that, where it's like you have a guy who could punch hard, who's very slick, who has very good boxing skills. But that's if a guy is far away from you. If the guy is if the guy's close to you, if the guy's far from you, or he's just at arm's reach, you don't have all of that. And you saw that with Jaron Ennis versus Karen Chakadjian, but you haven't seen that with De Los Santos because he's never fought that guy, or we've never seen him fight that guy because BR don't air them fights.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. That with the boot shit, it's like, yo, dog, y'all dudes pussy is pulsing because he is literally beating dudes that nobody think can win. What's wrong with y'all? Like that is so crazy to me that like, what? Because he beat Dulorme? What? Because you thought Dulorme was gonna win? Did you think that Dulorme stood a broke dick dog's chance in hell? for winning that fight. No, you thought Sergey Lipinets was gonna win? Sergey, you thought Sergey was gonna win? What? You thought Roman was gonna like how could you be this open over these foregone conclusions?
They just extrapolate that into he beats everybody just because he beat up, basically.
Bro,
yeah.
They don't even give Crawford that much credit for beating Dulorme, and it actually mattered when Crawford did it.
He did. He was fresher.
Like, bro, like he goes in there, he beats the worst possible version of Dulorme. Oh, nah, this is Sugar Boots. Sugar Ray Bootsenson. He beats everybody. Fucking dumbasses. That's why I don't want to argue anymore either, because I'm like, bro, I don't want to waste brain cells on that dumb shit. Y'all motherfuckers just like, look, I fuck with David Morrell, believe it or not. I think he's a good fighter, but he has 9 fights, my guy. Chill out. Like, what we doing? He got 9 fights, fam. What you want me to believe? He's gonna just like he's about to destroy the whole Cybertron because he got 9 fights? The fuck is wrong with a lot of y'all, B?
Yeah, there's just too much soy facing for these guys to haven't proven themselves.
Yep.
What? Shit is crazy. Like the dude literally has 9 fights. Like,
yeah, I mean, come on, 9 fights.
Though.
What is he really
I
going to
feel
do
like-
in 9 fights?
I feel like they fucked up his career low key because they gave him a regular title at like what 5 fights or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that's dumb. You should just have him in fights where just have him fight more. Only 9 fights at this age and this level of activity is horrible.
I mean, he's gonna be the one that closes it out for Showtime in December. You know, his fight against what's the guy's name? Sanad Ag. He got a weird name. The guy he's fighting.
Oh boy.
It's something. They were actually supposed to fight earlier this year, but something, and now they rescheduled it. He's gonna be the one that closes it out for Showtime Boxing in December. His show is the last show. Damn, do you think Stefan's gonna be there?
I doubt it.
I mean,
he's probably
I'm
off
saying.
somewhere.
Who's gonna cry? If you're gonna cry, just come out with it. Nobody's gonna cry.
Nope.
I don't believe it.
Oh,
I
don't
believe
cry
that.
for me, Argentina, man.
Pray for me, Espinosa. Please, I never left you.
You could have
He's,
been immortal.
He's scalping tickets out in front of the stadium.
Yo, he's probably gonna be outside doing the robot.
Hey, Jules. Masood says also
Wacky
look up
inflatable flailing
Arthur.
arm tube, man.
Masood says also look up Arthur Bayarslanov out of Toronto. He's like Better Beeb's little bro, 13-0, super lightweight. Got a shout out by Rick Laser recently.
Super lightweight. I'll look him up. Eye of the Tiger is actually really whoever their talent guy is. He's actually really good because they have a penchant for having some of the better fighters based out of Canada. They have a penchant for that. So I'll look at their guys. They got a decent stable. But yeah, yo, you think do you guys think Stefan's gonna be there though?
I mean, why not? It's not like he has anything else better to do.
You think he's gonna be like in the rafters with like the Phantom of the Opera mask?
And the chairs will still be falling out the mask while he's up there too. This motherfucker's be like,
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the last fight is in Minneapolis. It is in the Armory. It is.
Is Arman gonna be there?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Can he afford to go? I'm not.
Not based on his viewership.
Oh man. So black. No, we're black to it, man.
I'm saying, you know what I can see happening? After the PBC finds a new broadcast partner, there's going to be a series of mishaps at the site. It's going to be like light stips all fucked up. And there's curtains not going to be working right? This is going to be years from now, right? When the PBC moves on and they're going to find like rat droppings in the room. And they're gonna see Stefan Espinosa huddled in a corner eating some bread with the Phantom of the Opera shit, B. He's gonna follow them.
Nah,
Because
bro,
what
he's
they
gonna be holding their the belt that they were supposed to make, bro.
were the PBC belt. Gonna have that shit. They did him dirty, man. They really did. I don't know if he
Yep.
realizes it, but they did.
Bro, they sent him there to be a content moderator, and instead he became, Al's bitch.
Yeah.
Do you think he gets
Yeah.
a cut from Al?
What's possible is that he was given incentives to do certain things that maybe Al wanted him to do. You know what I mean? Like side action, like maybe some ticket action for his pocket, for his bank account, right? Maybe some ticket action. I could see something like that. But ultimately, it costed you your job. It did. That's not me connecting dots or paraphrasing or anything. It costed you your job as Showtime sports president. It did.
Yeah, I mean, it was gonna end either way because
Here's
cable
Julio's
is just
comment.
becoming more, it's becoming more costly and yet less popular in use. And
Yeah,
this
well,
guy
that
moving
too.
this,
People cutting the cord is a thing. That's another thing to factor
yeah,
into it.
and this is what the Nimrods believe is because of him moving to CBS Sports doesn't mean that the PBC is coming with them. Like
Mm.
it's over.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, like in
I'm
that sense.
like, yo, I'm as old as Showtime Boxing, 37 years old. And in my lifetime, I've seen two fucking networks, two staples of boxing networks, just go down the drain. Like, I saw the MLB playoffs on Max, and I'm like, damn, this shit missed its chance 5 years ago because I saw the potential in it, but they didn't believe in it.
I'll say this, Virtuoso. While we did see two giants of the industry leave, right, in our lifetime, remember that in Country's lifetime, he saw those same giants rise and fall. That's saying that this is a natural progression of things, basically, that things do change. It used to be ABC's Wide World of Sports and all of that stuff,
Right.
and then it turned into HBO and Showtime.
Yeah.
And then now
Terrestrial
that time
television
is
went to
ending.
cable, closed circuit television went to pay-per-view, and now
Yeah.
it's all under, the internet.
Yep.
But, it's a divided, attention span these days.
Hey, Julio says, of course, Espinosa and Artman will be there. Who do you think is setting up the ring?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yo.
Julio had some funny shit, man.
It's a little bit sad. It is a little like I'm not heartless. I said this many times. I'm not hoping for people to lose their job. What I was hoping is that you could get it together and stop being a bunch of fucking dicks. That's what I was hoping, but they late and a dollar short.
Yeah, like I tried telling that lefty character, I'm like, yo, these are the fights that could have made in-house. That could have been, draw views to your fucking platform. That you watch on a fucking app. But he was having none of it, and that's how they fucking lost their fucking,
Is he the
their
guy
job.
who's always threatening to have his brother rape their ratings?
Oh my god! Yeah.
Jules, and all the change though you're talking about, there was a vast difference between HBO leaving the sport and Showtime leaving the sport.
Yeah, because
HBO
no, yeah.
chose
Yeah.
to leave the sport. They stepped
Yeah.
down of their own accord. Where Showtime went down in flames like the freaking
It was
Titanic.
it was very different. It's almost like HBO knew what was coming, right? It's almost like they knew that, like, yeah, we need to start changing. Because when you think about that, that was what, 5 years ago, and they knew, like, yeah, we're getting out now. And they went out. Their ratings were not bad for their boxing program when they went out. Like, no, they weren't bad. Their ratings were actually good.
But it's just like back then. I mean, why didn't AT&T and DirecTV did not see the potential of this being distributed, digitally like the Zone was? Because I remember when I first heard about Crawford's career, right, with the Gamboa fight, I heard it word of mouth. So I went on then HBO Go at the time that I didn't have to pay a fucking cable subscription for and watch the fight. And I'm like, oh shit. And since then I was hooked. But they didn't want to do the live content version of it, And so with these guys, Warner Brothers and Discovery, yeah, we'll give it to you because they understand that the streaming is in,
I would say this. I equate it to how people work in jobs they hate because their mind is a prison. and they can't see outside of that. It's
Right.
why Kodak Film didn't invest in I think it's Kodak. It's why Kodak did not invest in digital cameras, even though they had the chance. They just couldn't see. They couldn't see past or beyond what's happening now, and
I
that's
mean,
how they went under because they
Brody,
couldn't see past that
Showtime
shit.
and HBO, they're basically Blockbuster Video.
Yeah, Blockbuster Video. Wow, what a difference. That's how old I am.
Did not want to invest in Netflix, and look what happened to
Like Tower Records, bro.
them.
Radio Shack.
Yeah,
just
Circuit
confused.
CDs
City.
went to MP3s, and then peer to
Yeah.
peer, and then nobody wants to pay for shit.
You remember that song, Country? Blockbuster Video. Wow,
Yep.
what a difference. That was
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah, I remember that jingle.
That's how fucking old I am.
Hell yeah. I mean, I
Is there a reason why they didn't make like crossover fights with like I don't know. I feel like there are so much simple ones like the one with Joshua and like Wilder. Like that shouldn't have been hard to do. You could have just had we'll get the U.S. rights. You guys get the British rights over there for Sky
You're
Sports.
taking the
and you can
words
make
out
the
of my
fights.
mouth, Ray, that before DAZN came into it in circa 2018, circa I say, because DAZN were not always a part of that picture. They were not always a part of that conversation. That came later on when it was just Eddie Hearn, Matchroom and Sky, Wilder and Showtime. You should have taken it at the deal that they offered you. Maybe you don't take the first deal, but what about the second and the third?
You
And you
talking
should
about
have
the 12 million? You talking about the $12 million deal, the first one?
you could have look. You could have taken the 12. It's not the worst thing in the world that you didn't take the 12. And I've said this before. For me, the worst thing in the world that you didn't take is they offered you 15 million guaranteed at 40% of
Yes, I
the
remember that.
upside.
I remember
It's like
that.
40% of that fight would have been
Huge.
ridiculous. And you didn't see that then. And when they offered them that, right? The zone wasn't in the picture yet. It wasn't about, oh, who's going to show it in America? It wasn't about that yet. It was just Sky Sports and Matchroom in the UK and Showtime and PBC in the US. And if you would have made yourself more hospitable and more amicable, you guys could have worked that out. But because Wilder made a little bit of money on pay-per-view or whatever, right? Or whatever, you got your little bullshit going on. You acting like Ms. New Booty because you've been on pay-per-view. It's all right, bro. It's all right. Hopefully, it's not too late for you to be in a big fight, right? Hopefully, right? He's going to fight Joseph Parker. And hopefully he beats Joseph Parker, because if you lose to Joseph Parker, that's a bad look for Tyson Fury. That's a bad look. Your whole everything you are is predicated upon each other. You're on each other's shoulders. Anybody that thinks anything about Tyson Fury only thinks that shit because he beat Wilder. Well, if Joseph goes in there and beats Wilder, suddenly beating Wilder is not a big deal. You better beat this guy, Wilder. You better beat this guy. You cannot lose to Joseph Parker, man. And I don't say it to be funny or to fill the air. It's a good fight. That's a good fight. It's a good fight.
What's it called? Gopher?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, do you think that if he loses to Joseph Parker, do you think that's it for Fury and Wilder in that what's it called, Hall of Fame conversation?
Not for Fury for two reasons. For Wilder, I actually do think if he lost that fight, yeah, you're out of that conversation. Fury's claim is that he ended the Klitschko era, came back and became a two-time heavyweight champion, right? Wilder never did that. He's not in that short list of
bullshit.
I'm telling, bro, you saying that like that, Brody. I'm just telling you, you saying that like they're not going to vote for him. See, I could see them voting for him on that predication, but if Wilder loses to a Joseph Parker, yeah, I don't see them voting for you, bro.
Like Jules, you think right now if Fury beat Klitschko, right? Let's say his next win to become a heavyweight champion was some rando and it wasn't an interesting fight. You think he's getting tall?
I mean, we don't got to do that, bro. What'll get Fury into the hole is the hyperbole from the Wilder fights. You see,
Yeah.
it gives him that argument. I agree with you that they don't care that he beat Klitschko. I agree with you they don't actually care, but it's dressing that you didn't just beat Wilder, you beat Klitschko. You were unified. So on that predication, and you know the lineal bullshit, he'll get in the hall. I think he'll get in the hall. But Wilder, if you lose to Joseph Parker, no, dog, you don't get it. Nah, you're not getting in the hall. Mm-mm. That'll kill that shit. I think you can't lose to that guy because of what it really means. The implications of that are more serious than I think people realize. Does this mean that the whole time Anthony Joshua's been boxing better boxers than both Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury? Is that what that means?
Because the dumbasses will come to that realization sometime. They'll come around.
It'll take about 3 years for them to come to that realization. But the thing is that Joseph Parker is perceived by many, like Julio said, to be a house cat. He's not perceived as being a killer of any kind. He's not though. Like that's not how they look at him. I think he's a solid boxer. He's got good balance. He's got good coordination, mid-range to inside. He's got good hand speed, right? But they don't look at boxing through that lens. They see Joseph as a piece of shit. So, well, you can't get beat by a piece of shit, bro. That's how they look at him. The ones that big up Wilder and shit on AJ, right? The ones that big up Wilder, they view the guys that AJ fought as being pieces of shit. Well, if one of them guys beats Wilder, yeah, maybe he's not a piece of shit. And maybe you don't know the ball from the bounce.
Yo, if Parker does clean him up, like I'm really gonna be fucking pissed because like I wanted Joshua to get his hands on him and just really fuck him up and just put it out the fucking way once and for all because I've been waiting for 6 years for this shit.
Yeah, we've been waiting a long time for this shit. And look, hopefully he takes care of business. Like, aside from the polarization and all the aforementioned elements, I actually like Parker versus Wilder as a fight. That's a good fight. It's a good fight because Wilder is perceived as being the stronger puncher, right? The more dangerous puncher. But in some ways, Joseph is the better boxer. So it's a good matchup.
Every way, he's the better boxer.
Well, yeah, he is. But if he gets caught with that right hand, how much better is he really?
I'm telling you, bro. I think I'm telling you, bro. I want to see the look on Wilder's face if he actually hits Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker goes to the canvas and then just stands up, bro.
This fight is gonna. These fights are gonna determine who's gonna be more mentally strong and who's mentally fragile. To be honest with you, because that's all we've been talking about. And yes, Joshua has been fighting better opponents. I mean, if you think about it, right? Sorry. Jermaine Franklin, right? Jermaine Franklin is basically a smarter Bermain Burn.
Yeah. I would agree with that. He's a good fighter, Jermaine. He's got dog. And he's durable.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good fighter. And I would say that I think that Parker is a trickier fight in some ways than Ruiz would have been. Because remember, Wilder had a choice. He did have a choice. They wanted to get him out there in January against Ruiz. So then you look at it like, well, who's the trickier fight? You know, for Wilder now, who's the trickier fight? Joseph or Andy?
Of course it would have been Andy. There's no way.
You think it would have been Andy?
Andy is a monster. Andy is a monster. He's a way different fighter than most people even realize who he is. He's a fighter that can throw 4-punch combination and put power on the second punch and the fourth punch, and leave the first and the third is a waste away, and you wouldn't even know it. Andy Ruiz is an amazing fighter. He would destroy Wilder. I think he'd get inside, he'd blow up like a grenade and hurt Wilder bad. He'll hurt Wilder. Wilder's not that good, man.
Let me see the super chat. Let me see the super chat. Mr. Calderon said, do you guys think they chose Parker because they are thinking he's a cherry like they thought Fury was? Ooh, that's a good question. Do you think I mean, I don't think Wilder views him as I don't think Wilder and Malik, given what's on the line, what's on the table, there's 2 Joshua fights on the table, right? Beyond this December fight. And I don't think they landed on Parker, trying to fuck that up, right? They're looking at him as a safe choice. How safe is he really, though?
How many safe choices are there?
For real.
Yo, listen, Wilder had plenty of chances. He had plenty of time to, to get ready. He would have provided momentum to this potential fight with Joshua, but he stayed on the shelf, man. Like,
yeah, like
we're here because Wilder and Fury dragged down the heavyweight division.
Literally, that is why we're here. Literally,
that is why we're here. But at the same time, admit to yourself that these guys, Wilder and Fury, they liars. I've been saying for the longest. Fury been hiding in plain sight for a long time.
Ain't that the fucking truth? Yo,
he's been hiding in plain sight, man. The guy fighting bums, itching and scratching and moving and switching to little safe corner from safe corner, but screaming the whole time that he the best in the world. This guy is nowhere near the best in the world. And now we realize all his credit came off of the Wilder wins. And Wilder is half a trash. So, like, come on, man. Be honest. I'm telling you. Do you think Wilder can beat Zhilei Zhang? I don't think. Can Wilder beat?
No. I mean,
no.
I mean,
like,
you know what this shit is. Those. I'm glad somebody's saying it, that Wilder could legitimately get beat by both of those guys.
Yeah.
He legitimate, like this air that he has is like he could get knocked the fuck out by the both of them. Motherfuckers don't want to understand that. They're like, y'all got Wilder on some kind of like Goku, some type of like he just like not Wilder.
This guy is food.
They viewed him and these guys through this lens of like anime. And remember that fight where it's like Wilder knocked out his opponent and slid in front of him to throw a punch. Like, that's what they think of him,
bro. Oh my god.
What the fuck, bro? Like,
they think he like Goku or some shit. Like they think he One Punch Man.
If you studying this sport, if you watching it the way I'm watching it, he's not even close. He could.
I'm telling you that. Listen, Makhmudov, motherfucking Zhang, motherfucking Hergo. Yeah, they might legitimately beat him, and they can't wrap their minds around that. Because you tend to think of these fighters as being something other than human. You must. Wilder can't lose to him. No.
I'll explain to you right now.
Wilder's a cruiserweight.
They don't have that perception because Fury and Wilder have done something amazing that I just realized. They've been able to isolate themselves from fighting at heavyweight. Realistically, they don't fight that many people. Like, if you look at Fury, a lot of his fights, like now thinking about it, a lot of the big ones too are Chisora fights, and then guys that I've never heard of in Wilder. And when you have only that to judge him off of, it's very hard to think of his flaws, because the thing that would happen if you were back in the day, or I don't even say that light, one or a couple of guys, you fought a long list of guys down a list as you were a champion. But remember, Fury only has what, 1 or 2 title defenses as champion, and one of them came, and like 1 or 2 of them are from Wilder. So
damn. Ioka not fighting Estrada.
I think he's been lying for a long time. I think he's been hiding in plain sight for a long time. I think
Estrada wants more bread.
I don't mean to cut you, brother. I think Fury been hiding in plain sight for a long time.
No, he has, bro.
I think when it started, let me tell you where it started. I think it started in the second Wilder fight, the rematch. He had a beautiful Muhammad Ali moment. I think he did better than Muhammad Ali did in Muhammad Ali's actually.
Are you talking about after the second Wilder fight or leading up?
No, I'm
to
talking about leading up to the second Wilder fight.
All right, I'm with you. I do agree with you there. I agree with you there.
I think Tyson Fury had a Muhammad Ali moment, but he
talking about the Tom Shabazz fight?
No. I'm talking about the actual second Wilder fight coming up to it. I think he realized that his legs was gone. He didn't have no chance. He devised a plan with his coach to be able to present a style that didn't require hyper foot movement. And he was able to do very well with it. I think he did better with it than Muhammad Ali did. Muhammad Ali didn't do that well with the same exact plan or against Frazier in the first fight, for example. He didn't. When he lost his legs, Muhammad Ali had a transition moment. Tyson Fury actually took the bit by the horns and actually presented a style that didn't require that type of movement because he was fighting the type of man that he was fighting, the type of opponent. I think he did very well with that, and he was able to beat the shit out of Deontay Wilder. After that,
yeah, but the way that he's hiding it, the way that he's
over.
hiding in plain sight is if you really look at look at the last 5 years, you talking about Tom Schwartz, Otto Wallin, in between two Wilder fights. Then after the Wilder fight, I'm gonna give you Dillian White because I think that's a credible win. But ain't no reason on this earth you should have been fighting Derek again. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no,
and somebody else.
Absolute garbage. I didn't want to scream it from the rooftops because I saw it. I saw it at the first Wilder, the second Wilder fight. I saw this guy. He's not the same. But I didn't want to scream it from the rooftops because I was proved wrong during the Dillian White fight. I was like, damn, he do look good during the Dillian White fight. The motherfucker is really on point. He really sharp. But Dillian White don't got no footwork. Dillian White ain't about shit. And he fought the fight like shit. So I'm like, I can't really. I can't say nothing. Yeah, he fought like shit. So I couldn't say nothing. I'm like, let me shut up. Maybe Tyson Fury still got it. But then these shits the third Wilder fight was garbage.
No, but the other thing is you can't sniff that much coke and live like that. That's not even being funny. Like if we're being serious, that it's not like he take care of himself.
I know that, but I'm trying to keep it boxing. I just think the third Wilder fight was. People say that this was the most amazing fight. This was a great fight. I don't think it was a great fight at all.
But that shit was sloppy as shit.
Yeah, sloppy as shit. You said the perfect words out. It's sloppy as shit. I thought the fight was garbage.
Listen.
So now when you see,
I thought it was a good, fun, sloppy fight, right? Because
it's nowhere near.
Because I'm not snooty. I could enjoy a messy ass fight, but it's like for people to say all this crazy shit that he doesn't, I'm like, fam, that shit was wild.
We calling him the best heavyweight in the world. We call him sometimes the best heavyweight to ever exist. We call him excellence, heavyweight excellence.
Real, like that's crazy. That's crazy. So like when the
third Wilder fight
the other
is
thing
so
is
bad.
this: you can't sniff coke for that amount of time and treat your body that way. And then when you look at the way that he's built, that most of the weight on you is actually in the trunk. I know your knees is fucked up. I know your ankles is fucked up.
Brody, I saw all you have to do is see videos of him in public and he got rickets in one leg.
All you got to do is look back at the Vladimir Klitschko first fight before the training camp. During the training camp. Vladimir Klitschko first fight. He got a six-pack. Tyson Fury has a six-pack. Before that first fight,
really is shaped like Dr. Robotnik. The more I think about
it, now he look like crazy.
Dr. Robotnik,
that's not gonna survive in this division. This division, you could get killed in your best weight. You could be at your best, and still get your head knocked off. You could lose your life in here. Like this, there's no way I believe in Tyson Fury. I've been watching the sport too long. I'm too educated in the sport.
And the other shit is the energy for the Ukrainian. It's like, fam, you been there in one pro. It's interviews from 3 years ago where you giving off that vibe that you don't want no problems with it. You talking this he's just a foreigner. Like, bro, all I hear is scary shit. How you blowing off the idea that y'all should chill, fam?
I knew he was high.
Fam, if you don't like foreigners, then how you fought a German in Tom Schwartz and a Swede in Otto Wallin if you don't fuck with foreigners? Then you was okay to fight them. Why when they bringing him up all of a sudden? No.
Jules, this guy never fought nobody. But when you tell them, Usyk never fought nobody. But okay, since you want to say that casual dumb shit, because we all know that's stupid. But you want to say he never fought nobody. Who did Tom Schwartz fight?
Exactly. Who did Tom Schwartz fight to get a Fury
I knew
fight?
He was hiding in plain sight for a while.
He didn't want. I look, and I know that they gonna think, you just. Listen, y'all could think whatever y'all like because that's the same shit y'all told me when I would talk to y'all about Spence. That's the same shit. You just hate Spence in the PBC. No, I'm telling you, if he fight Crawford, Crawford is gonna whoop his ass. It's the same shit. And I'm telling you that if I felt Fury was gonna win that thing, then I would just say that, whether I like him or not. I would just say that. But I'm telling you, you don't want it. You never wanted it, bruh.
Never. He hiding in plain sight. Now, I'm really concerned about that Rolex watch. Remember that Rolex watch? Remember that Rolex watch?
Which
The
Rolex
watch. That Rolex watch that Anthony Joshua was supposed to get when he sparred Tyson Fury. I'm really thinking about that Rolex watch. Yeah, I go all the way back to that. I pay attention. Where's that Rolex watch? Because he beat the shit out of him and Tyson Fury admitted it. So where's that Rolex watch?
Like, Liam, let me read the super chat.
Let me be quiet.
Liam said, same old naysayers setting up Joshua to fall, saying he has to KO Valine. He has to knock out a guy that's never been knocked out, and Fury couldn't. Let me tell you something. That's Simon Jordan who's saying that, for those that don't know of Talk Sport. You setting yourself up to become a pariah, because people are going to call in that show and they're going to ask you, how the fuck are you holding AJ to a standard you didn't hold Fury to? Fury didn't knock him out, and you think he God's gift to fucking boxing, even after he gets dropped by MMA fight. Like, Simon got to listen. I like Simon, but he got to stop playing these dumbass games, man. Like, stop
on,
for this guy, man.
I don't know what you. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Look, I don't mean to defame the guy, but like, he does blend, business with pleasure. And I kind of noticed how in the fight with Ngannou, he was fixing his nose.
Bro, I'm telling you, this dude is coked up like that. I know it sound funny. But I'm dead ass that, like, if you've been watching Fury the last calendar year, that dude was coked out in Thailand. Y'all don't remember that? When he went to Joseph Parker's fight to support him down there, right? He went to his fight because Joseph Parker had a fight in Australia this year, and a lot of people didn't see it. He went down there to fuck with his boy or whatever. He goes support his boy. He goes to Thailand after that. A video comes out of him sitting up in the bleachers. His nose is bugging, B. His shit is like you can see, fam. Like,
it's like there was a fly on the tip of his nose, bro. And he's
inside his nostril, bro.
Jesus Christ.
He's like Samantha in Bewitched. When she do that nose shit.
Word.
He's doing that shit. I'm like, yo, bro, this dude is coked out and he treat his body like shit. And no, you cannot do that forever and get away with it. You really cannot. So you gonna break down faster than somebody else, somebody who not coked out.
Exactly. So I want to wait and see what the Fury fans say. Oh, he took it easy on Ngannou. He ain't taking Ngannou seriously. All of that bullshit. Put him in front of Usyk. We gonna watch him get exposed. His feet are.
You could go on YouTube right now and look that shit up. You see Tyson. He like at a fight or he has some kind of function where it's bleachers. And he is sat all the way in the back of the bleachers in the dark. And his nose is bugging. Like it's like it's a gnat inside. Like his shit is moving. It's like, bro, like, well, we know what the fuck you up there doing. Or we know what the fuck you up to, bro. But y'all think he gonna fight a dude like this off that? It's like sometimes it's not even of a dude that beat you. You beat yourself. Sometimes, you beat yourself. Like, you gotta be on point. It's guys out here that they whole job is beating you. That's their job, bro. And they on their job. What are you doing? Treating your nose.
And then there's guys like Usyk. Usyk, his whole job ain't beating you. His whole life is beating you.
For real. That dude have vision. That dude have vision quests of beating you, bro. He had dreams about that shit, bro.
I'm looking at the thing right now, man, and that's perfect example.
You see what I'm talking about? But you see what I'm talking that he was the dude was literally up there. That was this year. You stuffing that booger sugar up your nose. That was this year. And before that, he was at another function this year. And his nose was bugging out. It's like, yo, dog, like, what are you sniffing? Coke all fucking year, bro? The fuck? You trying to be the Wolf of Wall Street or some shit? You trying to be the Wolf of the O2 Arena?
1 foot out the door says powdering your nose is a hard job.
Trying to tell y'all. So, you know, I'm going to leave it at this, gentlemen. We got some good fights coming up. Now, I am going to go live this Thursday, and I will be wearing my full Spider-Man regalia. Join us for Stevenson versus Los Santos. I'll see y'all on the next.
All right, man. Have a good night, fellas. Jules, have a good night. Thanks for having me on, brother.
See you on the next one, man.
All right, Drew. Same.